All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Verathian Sagas. I am Matt. I will be your DM for the evening. We have with us today some new faces. I believe we determined that they were unable to join us last week due to attending an orgy. And now they are back, freshly satisfied.
Freshly basted.
Freshly pasted and ready to join us. We have Seth down there underneath. Seth will be playing the role of Uthor, Stonecrusher, Dashikanu, the Goliath rogue. Next to Seth we have Deneb, half of the Denebra group that we discussed earlier. Deneb will be playing the role of Lena. What's your last name? Lena Jakaran, the half-elf ranger. Unfortunately, she's not in the current battle. Oh no, she is. She is. Her wolf Nymeria, which is not in any way related to Nymeria from Game of Thrones, is not in the battle. And next to Deneb, we have Eric playing the role of Basilic Sino, the half-orc paladin. However, due to some issues with people taking their character sheets with them last week, we were unable to include Basilic in last week's battle, and in the interest of consistency, he will not be participating in the remainder of this battle, which is a continuation of last week's battle. He said redundantly. He will be controlling Randall for the time being, Randall the Vandal. And he will also be controlling Chief Keef, who is not part of this battle. Over here, to my left, we have Alex controlling Chiron. Is there a last name, or are you just like Fabio?
Right now I'm like Fabio.
Right now he's like Fabio. The human wizard necromancer who does work with some zombies out on the field.
Zombie work.
And some of you may recognize him from last time, but he's a new addition to our group for this week. This is Tomas. Tomas will be controlling his new character, who is the miniature he'll be using. And I don't think you told me your character's name. What's your character's name?
As of now, he's Rogar.
Rogar.
Oh yeah.
That's actually pretty dope. Rogar is a red dragonborn fighter.
Indeed.
But we'll meet up with him in just a moment. We now find ourselves continuing last week's battle. And if you guys can move your cup so I can just see things. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to pull up the new music.
Música nueva.
Musica nueva.
Disappear.
On your cheat?
On my cheat.
There's cheat.
On the chip.
Is it Rogar or Rogar?
Roga.
So,
With the accent.
at the top of the round,
Roga.
we have
Okay. That's right.
Nox. So, currently as it stands, there is a single enemy remaining in the hallway.
Wait, who's controlling Nox?
Oh, nobody's controlling
Who's the sheep?
Nox. His sheet is over there. It's the one thing I forgot to do, ladies and gentlemen, was to bring that sheet back out.
This is him right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's either Kenku.
That's the miniature. He's actually a tabaxi.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, where is it?
Yeah.
I think I
Very
brought-
spicy. Mucho.
I think I brought his sheet
Oh,
over
I
here.
want to say my name cilantro.
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 I got it. I got it. That's right.
Oh man.
I got it.
So,
Okay. I think you should keep it as your last name.
It's just this guy, right?
um,
Or no, that's Brick, isn't
Brick, yeah, that's Brick.
This is, yeah.
A lot of people.
Big caveats.
Yeah, there are 9 people playing in
I
this
think so.
game.
No, this is also.
And I think,
this
yeah.
is Deborah. She's dead as fuck. She's never the dead as fuck.
So, at the top of the round, we have Nox, Swift Nostrum, Tabaxi Granger. What's he doing?
I'm trying to figure out who's who.
Knox.
Is this the bad
I
guy?
think it's a bad guy. This is me. Well, Brick.
This is you?
This is Brick. This
Right.
is bad guy. This is
Do I
also a
get a
bad
clear shot at this bad guy over here?
He's gonna be in partial cover because Brick is in the way. However, you can make an attack. It's just gonna be, he's gonna have a higher AC.
I think he has not a lot of health that guy too.
We'll just take a shot at that
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack.
with my longbow. 19.
19 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
That's 11.
11 damage, and that's gonna be, I believe, that's the third guy. So the third guy. 11 damage to the third guy. So, as he takes his first shot, he fires it just over the shoulder of Brick, who manages to just duck down barely, avoiding the arrow flying over his shoulder, which buries itself in the chest, or in the back, I should say, of the warehouse worker. It is now.
Wait, can you take a second attack?
Oh yes, he can. Yes, go ahead and take a second attack.
See that?
She didn't figure that too.
Yeah.
Or no?
Because that guy wanted to go drink it.
13, unfortunately, is not going to hit. As he takes a second shot, he does not compensate properly, and it flies over not only Brick's head and his target's head, but it embeds itself in the wall just where it meets the ceiling on the other side of the hallway. You have made 2 attacks. You have your bonus action and your movement, and that is that.
If I try to step over them, is that
Yeah, it'll be difficult to range just because of how the hallway's set up. It's like,
I'll just.
well, actually no, it won't be difficult to range. You can just step over them. Because now I just think about it, the human body doesn't span 5 feet, or a medium-sized body doesn't span 5 feet.
So I'll just get right behind her.
Okay. Right behind Brick. Okay, it is now Lena's turn. Lena. Yes. You do not currently have. Oh no, you do. Wait. Sorry.
It's been a week.
Okay, you are within 5 feet of the individual standing on the outside of the door. However, in order to attack her without disadvantage, you're going to need to use your melee weapons. Because if you use ranged weapons within 5 feet, it incurs a disadvantage. You would need to use your short swords. Okay, go ahead and roll to attack. 18 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
What's his name? Yeah.
Seven total damage? Alright. Let's see. Oh, that is going to be the first damage that she has taken. And that was 6, correct? So the first attack with your short sword, as you whip around the corner, you stab it directly into her abdomen. She gets a slight shriek of pain. You now have your second attack, because you have 2 attacks as a ranger.
What about 2 for a second attack?
You have 2 short swords, right? So you can, as your second attack, you can use your second short sword. It's kind of like what you have in your hands at the time. So you're gonna make a second attack with the short sword. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Am I supposed to be adding on this attack roll?
Yes.
10.
10 total. Fortunately, 10 isn't going to do it. As you go to stab with your second attack, it just narrowly avoids the target as she ducks slightly out of the way. You now have your bonus action and your movement.
I'll just end my turn there.
Okay. It is now Dude with his back to Brick's turn. Dude with his back to Brick is going to he is going to swing around and make some attacks on Brick. What's Brick's AC?
15.
15. Okay, so the first two attacks are going to hit as he pulls forth the scimitar and swings it up into Brick. First attack is going to do 8 points of slashing damage. The second attack is going to do 5, so that's a total of 13 points of slashing damage to Brick. However, on the third attack, as it comes flying through the air, Brick throws a forearm up in his monkly martial arts ways, deflecting the sword attack, and continues the momentum of the swing, sending the arm and sword through the window as the attacker drops his sword out the window of the warehouse.
Wait, what?
So
Sorry.
he rolled a natural one. So he went to attack Brick. Brick flavor texting. He knocked his sword into the window, and the guy dropped it out the window.
Yay. So he said how much? It was 8 and 5?
It was 15. Or, yeah, it was 13. It took 13 points. Okay, so it is now the Foreman's turn. Now I believe the Foreman was knocked to the ground, correct?
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's first.
All right. So what did the first dude do?
He has to like make a check, and if he passes, then he has a turn. If he doesn't, then he doesn't make a turn.
Okay.
I forget what it was though. I forget what the check was.
That would be in the player's hand. It doesn't matter because he fails the check.
Okay, so he doesn't have a turn. The end.
Okay. So it is now
Fun Earth, yeah.
it is now Uthor's turn. Uthor, what are you doing? You are currently standing over the warehouse foreman.
And he's knocked down, so he's.
This is one of ours. One of us.
That is Chiron.
That's me.
And the two guys on
Those
those
are
are
my
his
zombies.
zombies.
Oh, so
Chiron
I'm good
and his
now.
zombies.
So I'm kind of away from everything.
Not only if you make
Who are the bad guys?
Eat the bag there.
so all of
I can
that is the
choose
second floor, which is not in
what
here.
I
So
passed
you're
it,
like
what
on the
I
first
passed.
floor of the warehouse.
We have to make a wisdom save.
You're standing at the bottom of the steps leading up. And like when like there's like a second floor that starts like on that.
And that's where this is. This is stairs.
Yeah, and then that wall.
And this is kind of
That the wall that represents represented by the napkin is the
I picked it because
is the wall that marks the end of the second story. So you can like look up and see like just like a wall, and then there's like open space above you.
But there's no way I can like heal myself or anything.
There's no way you can heal yourself. Unless you have a healing potion, there's no way for you to heal yourself. However, because the guy is on the ground, you get advantage on.
Oh, he's not dead. He's just on the ground.
He's not dead. But you get advantage on attacks because he is prone.
Yeah, we killed him.
So yeah. Oh, and because you have advantage, I believe that counts as sneak attack damage for rogues. So you can just go ahead. Oh, and because you're an assassin, right? Is it a crit when you have advantage, or is it?
You have to be surprised.
Oh, okay, to get a critical. All right. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll to attack, go ahead and roll to attack with advantage. So roll twice, take the higher roll.
Well, plus 6.
12 plus 6. That is 18. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, actually, could I get roll those guys from you, please? Alex. It's a book that I have. It's called Roll Those Guys to Monsters.
Yeah, I'm using my short sword.
Okay.
So 9.
9 damage with sneak attack.
No, sneak attack.
Because you get sneak attack bonus on this one.
It's like times
Oh,
2.
he's dead.
No, it's like D6.
He's out of that side.
What did you roll to hit? Was it 18?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not-
18
it's
just
not-
barely hits.
We haven't like had a
So it is double.
ground.
It's
We
sneak.
haven't had like a tremendous amount of attacks.
Well, we're 6, right?
Yeah.
My zombies are pretty
Roll
close to
3d6,
gravity.
and then you add that to the number.
This is me using my zombies. That is him.
No.
That guy.
Okay.
No, I rolled my one. And I add these together.
All 3 of those, plus your original damage from the attack, and then your bonus. So what did you roll originally?
The 18 to hit. Right?
Yeah, but did you roll damage?
Oh, that was a 6. Sorry.
So
Plus
the first
3.
attack was a
So
6.
plus 3, right?
Plus 3,
That's
plus, so that's 9 plus 3d6.
Okay. So 9. Do I add anything to that or just 9?
So you rolled 9 on the 3d6, so that's 9.
So it's 9 plus 9.
Oh, that was okay. That's okay.
Yeah, so that's 18 points of damage on your first attack. As you stand over him, you just grin as you
I'm doing like nothing.
rip your
Just there,
sword,
like,
just
cursing
flip it
him.
around so it's facing
Like,
downward. You just
Yes.
swing it down, slamming it into his armor.
Just there, like, here, like
Yeah,
that.
he grunts in pain as he's not expecting that attack.
So you're like,
All right. You now have your bonus action and your movement.
so I could disengage.
You could disengage.
But can I attack him? Or
You
no?
could. This will be with your dagger,
That's
which is
what
your
I was
offhand
actually
weapon.
looking at.
However, you will not be rolling with any bonuses because it is a bonus action, and you're not.
So where it says D4 plus 3, that plus 3 won't count? Or
The damage bonus does count, but the to hit bonus does not count, and that's the attack bonus.
So plus 6 more.
how much more health does he have?
I don't. He can't tell you that.
Yeah, that's a little something we call metagaming.
Alright, I'm gonna go for it.
Good try.
Go for it, Dave. So just roll a d. Yeah, it is with advantage. Whoa, no. What are you doing? You rolled
I-
d4.
yeah.
Roll an attack.
That's a D4, right?
No, you rolled.
Oh,
two,
I have to roll-
two
I have to roll
d20s
two attacks.
with advantage.
Okay.
So roll a d20, and then roll again.
This one.
7.
7 was the highest of the 2. Yeah, 7 does. You're not gonna do it. As you pull your dagger out, you go to stab it at him. He just sort of looks up at you weird as you're just like sort of like, ooh, I'm gonna get you. And as you like get closer, he just sort of kicks your shoulder or your elbow, and just kind of like knocks it out of the way.
Poor
You're just
Bob.
kinda
I should have got my bad rolls out of the way.
That 4 months ago, he freaked out. Like, I was like standing over there, like, ooh.
All right, it is now Chick outside the room's turn. Chick outside the room is going to step inside, right in Lena's face, and she is going to make some attacks on Lena. So put her like one. Oh, yeah, whatever. There you go. However, what's your AC? 13. Only one of those attacks is going to hit. You take. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage as she draws her scimitar, draws it across your torso. However, as she goes to swing once again, you instinctively dodge out of the way. And as she takes a third swing, you take your short sword and you block the attack as it's so obvious, and you punch her square in the face. I'd like you to roll a D4 for me, please. Actually, no, never mind. She takes a single point of damage. Okay. It is now Aurora's turn. Now, I believe Aurora was making death saves. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah,
She succeeded all that.
You rolled again for her? Or
She
she's
had
already
already
succeeded. So
succeeded.
roll it again.
So roll a D20.
13. She lives to fight, or she lives to roll for once again. Okay. All right. So it is now Randall's turn. Randall, what are we doing?
Is he raging? I don't know if he's raging.
I do believe he's raging right now. That would make sense.
So he's just gonna step up towards the chick and he'll swing at her twice.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
You're like,
15 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
that's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. You have your second attack. Uh, 10 unfortunately is not going to hit. As Randall goes to make that second swing with his battle axe, she expertly dodges out of the way. You have your bonus action and your movement.
Let's see the bear.
Okay. It is now Chiron's turn. There. Just like I
I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness on this guy. It's not a concentration spell, so I should be able to do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Nine. No. Yeah, 9. 9. Yeah.
9 to hit.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that is not going to do it. Especially considering the fact that you probably need to roll with disadvantage because he is prone, and it's a ranged attack spell. You have to be within 5 feet of somebody to get the advantage. However, if you're more than 5 feet away, it's yeah, as you go to, you begin churning up that, it's a poison spell, right?
Yeah.
Churning up like a poisonous cloud. You go to launch it, however, as you do, you sort of, you weren't the best at throwing things, and you sort of just hits the ground to the side. You're just like, oh, damn it. All right, it is now back to the top of the round. Oh yes, your zombies. I'm sorry. Go ahead and what are your zombies doing?
I have to look at the picture of their zombies. Yeah, think about Okay, so they're gonna attack him. Do they get advantage because they're next to him now?
They do get advantage on the attacks.
Cool. So, it's that's well, okay, but it's advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of them is going to be like 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, don't stack the cups because we're gonna reuse those. Or wait. Oh, one of those was for Ian.
So that's
So,
3.
yeah, go ahead and put that one on the little bars. Yeah. 3.
3.
3 damage.
And then the other one, yeah.
Did you fill up those?
Yeah, she's looking for her emergency.
Oh. No worries. We can just get another.
So the other one hits for a 7, or is a 17. The best of the two rolls. 17.
Oh, the second attack was a
So
7.
the other zombie.
The other, that's unfortunately not going to do it. As the first zombie sort of stands above the guy, it throws its hands up in the air, sort of like a King Kong Hulk hammer fist kind of style, and just brings him down onto his chest. You hear a slight whoop as the fists collide with his chest plate. However, as the second zombie goes to strike down with it, it sort of trips up on itself and misses because zombies are clumsy. It is now back to the top of the round with Nox Swift Nostrum's turn. What's Nox doing?
So he's gonna keep shooting at the guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
He's a 16.
16 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 14.
14 damage. As Nox takes his first shot over the side, around the side of Brick, he ducks to the side, sends an arrow flying through the air. It stabs the guy in the ribs.
He's gonna take a second shot.
Okay.
That was a 25.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that'll be 13 points.
His fate is yours.
I want him to like splinter that first arrow and just
Robin Hood style.
yeah.
All right, I got you. So, as Nox ducks around Brick, arrow at the ready, he releases. It flies through the air, embedding itself in the ribs of the attacker, who's now no longer holding his scimitar as it is now outside the window. And before the guy even has the chance to react, there's a second arrow in that string, and it's already drawn back as he releases. It flies straight through the air, piercing the center of the first arrow and ripping its way through. At this point, the first arrow has separated the ribs, and so the second arrow goes in almost halfway, burying itself in his organs. He is no longer among the living.
Yeah. Bye.
Where is he?
He's super dead.
Oh, good.
That's what he's
dead.
on the ground. Super dead.
It is
super
now Lena's turn. Oh wait, you had your bonus action in your movement. Is there anything you wanted to do?
No, we'll just
All right, Lena, what are you doing?
Attack.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. Then.
19.
I did skip one.
Suddenly.
19 plus 1.
Yeah.
I love those outbursts.
Oh, nice.
This is the spell that I need.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. It's
But we are on the
it's on Twitch. And it's just Words of Verathian.
We're 6th level.
Yeah.
We're level 6 character level. But
5.
spell level
5
6 is
damage?
different. There's 9 in total.
Okay.
So you're still casting level what?
As you take your first attack,
I have a 4.
you slash across the arm of the woman who is now standing in the room. You have your second attack, your bonus, and your movement.
Attack again.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack. Well, unfortunately, is not going to hit. As you go to make your second stab, the woman is prepared for it, and she deflects the blow with her scimitar. You have your bonus action and your movement.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. It is now the Foreman's turn. The Foreman is going to roll against... Yeah, he rolled a natural 1, so he is going to be in there for a while. As he goes to remove himself, trying to get out of the first... A little blood starts coming out of his nose. Just shuddering, trapped on the ground.
I like this person about this stuff.
It is now Uthor's turn. Uthor, what are you doing?
I want to attack. I want to kill that guy.
Okay. You can attack him.
Enough.
No guarantees on a kill, but go ahead and roll to attack. And this is going to be with advantage, and you get sneak attack.
We're going to go with the 12.
Yeah.
12 total, or 12 plus your bonuses?
That middle.
Short sword.
Yeah. So 18.
18 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's 17.
Did I do 3 again?
You have to do the first one.
First one.
Yeah,
And
so
then
roll a
the
d6 for your weapon damage.
2.
2 plus, what's your deck? Plus 3. So that's 5. Now go ahead and roll
So the
3d6
guy-
and add that.
Almost like my
11.
11 plus 5 or 11 total?
When he rolls this.
Wait, do you roll 11 on?
Without his bonuses,
So 16
has to be
total.
more than
I'll figure this out.
to hit you.
Yeah,
So
we'll-
and
we'll-
he will roll
we'll
it.
figure it out together.
And then you add all of that to it.
AC.
That's when you have sneak attack.
Then he takes my hit.
Yeah.
Sneak
Yeah.
attack.
As you
So that's to
as
see if he hits
rip
you.
your
Yeah,
short
like-
sword upwards once again,
Oh,
you
okay.
jam it back down, this time into his
And
hip.
he'll roll damage based on
He's unable to really do much about it.
Okay.
You get your bonus action and your movement now.
I'm going to hit him with the dagger.
Okay? This is with advantage, but there's no bonuses.
Wait, he did. How much damage did he do?
He did 16. He did 18 on the last one and
So
16.
again, this is my D4
No, you roll a d20.
to see
Roll
if it hits.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it's with my
the d4,
D4.
which is a pyramid. Yeah. And that's with advantage, so go ahead and roll twice.
19.
19 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
Freaking nice, dude.
Then I rolled a
I know, I saw it. I was like,
3.
3
Plus-
plus,
Plus the 3. Right?
so that's 6 points of damage.
solid. 22 damage.
As you lord over him with your dagger once more, instead of being slow and creepy about it like you were before, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking get it. You just pop him real quick in the ribs.
I'm not even really doing it. Just like
It is now Chick in the Room's turn. Chick in the Room is going to continue to swing on Lena.
That's my thematic aspect, just like. Just like
And it's your 15 AC? 13. Okay. 2 attacks are going to hit you. The first one is going to do 6 points of slashing damage, while the second is going to do 9 for a total of 12 points of slashing damage. As she goes, deflecting your short sword out of the way from your second attack, she's going to sweep her scimitar across your chest once again. And as she wraps it around, she's going to catch you square in the top of your shoulder, bringing it down across your chest. Blood flows forth from your armor. You are feeling rough. However, as she goes to make a third swing across your belly, you throw yourself up against the bookcase just in time to avoid getting hit. It is now Brick's turn. Who got skipped last round, I apologize.
Where's Brooks? So
Oh wait, Alex. No, wait, could you maybe top me on?
who's turning around?
It's Brick's turn. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I can do
So
that.
mouse is
Yeah,
back
yeah.
there.
I can do that. I can do that.
It's a whole thing.
Is my turn? Did I take damage or something?
No, it is Brick's turn to fight.
Okay.
We skipped.
That guy. What happened?
Can I have himself?
What about that guy? He had a turn before Brick's now.
Brick got skipped last round.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So, can I have another target?
Yeah. I think that's the last one. He's back.
Huh?
No.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so
I like the whole thing.
is this guy dead? This guy's dead.
Yeah, that guy's dead. So the only person left on the second floor is the girl standing in the warehouse office.
And there's a bunch of people in there right now, right?
Yes. There's Randall and Lena, as well as Aurora and
I'll just attack them.
okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Let me just orient myself a second. So unarmed, I'm gonna hit him unarmed. That's a 17.
17 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So that's 10.
10 points of damage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna spend another key point to do the for. Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So, this back here it says extra attack twice on action. So I have another
You have a second attack as part of your action.
without spending any.
Without spending
Okay,
any
so
key
I'm gonna
points.
do that first.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
That's a 15.
15 just barely hits, go ahead and roll damage.
8.
Okay.
It's still alive, right?
I see, yeah, she is still alive.
Okay, so I'll do another key point for
To do the
says
two
furry.
unarmed attacks.
Is this Flurry of Blows? I don't
It's good.
feel like
It's Fury of Blows.
yeah, okay.
Or Flurry, I think it's Flurry
Anywho,
of Blows.
I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna attack unarmed 2 more times.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack twice.
But that's as a bonus action, I believe. So that's gonna be a 20 20.
20 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
That is a 9. And then one more time. I mean, my natural was a 17.
I'm sorry, what?
My natural roll.
Oh, yeah, that hits, go ahead and roll damage. Wait, how much damage did you do on the last one?
The last one I did 9.
9, okay.
And then this one I did 6.
Nice. As you step into the room, you swing around the corner, clocking her square in the back of the head as she faces Lena. As she stumbles, you're already prepared with a jab that hits her square in the ribs, bringing her back up. At this point, you're standing beside her as you clock her in the ribs with a left hook, and clock her in the right-hand side of the ribs with a right hook. She is looking rough, but she is still standing. It is now Aurora's turn. I need Aurora to roll a
That's it.
death saving throw.
Oh, that's a fail.
It's funny because I rolled a 20.
She rolled a 6.
Yes. It is now Randall's turn.
But I'm
So
not.
that guy's gonna just.
Dude, this apple juice is terrific.
Nice.
This is so. Dude, Mott's makes a good apple juice.
I know.
This episode brought to you by Mott's apple juice. Tastes like apple cider.
100%.
For all you
Organic
the
juice.
screaming awful children at a restaurant,
Yes.
bring your own mods.
Bring your own Mott's.
Bring your own bots.
If we ever open a restaurant, we will not be offering Mott's.
By the way,
No.
Dr. Shot House does not have apple juice. For those who are watching who care,
We do have pineapple, cranberry, and what else?
grapefruit
Yeah.
and orange juice.
But there's no free refills.
And that is not with a kids meal.
Guys,
That's 12.
we're not working.
I know.
12 to hit.
12 to hit, unfortunately, is not going to do it as Randall goes for his first swing. The battle axe swings just outside of the outside of her field
And he's gonna try and swing back around at it.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
16. Or not 16. 13.
13 and also is not going to hit. As Randall goes for a second swing, she throws her scimitar up in the air, catching the blow and deflecting the battle axe. It is now Chiron's turn. Chiron, what are you doing?
I cast Veil Sickness again. I'll try to. I'm the guy.
Disadvantage.
I rolled the same thing twice. And it's shitty. So I got 10.
Yeah, unfortunately 10 isn't going to do it. As you go to summon the spell once again, it's charged in your hand and you go to throw it, but unfortunately it seems your dad never really played catch with you and your tossing skills are terrible as your spell once again slams into the ground just shy of your target. It is now the zombie's turn, yes.
You're gonna get forward in a second.
And they got advantage, right? So they have an 18.
18 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
3 for one of them. 3 for the one.
Okay.
And then the other one is got a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Okay, so go ahead and roll damage and multiply the dice roll by 2.
No.
4 rolls do not count.
I know, but I just meant to.
House rules, baby! Oh, no 4 rolls up in this piece. Oh.
Yeah,
But whatever,
Alley.
he does 4 damage because it's 1. It's this plus 1.
Alright, so it's 3 and so it's 7 points of damage.
It's okay, guys. 1 damage and have really powerful impact. You'll see.
Alright, as your zombies sort of stand over like the frozen, petrified
They're just kind of
body of his Foreman, they're just like
I feel like they're looking at like a dog looks at a caterpillar. You know, like they're like,
yeah, they're not sure what to do about it.
like, what the fuck is that? Like my dog like pushes her nose on it. Like
It is now back to the top of the round with Nox Swift Nostrum's turn.
Alright, so he's just gonna move up to get a view of that chick.
Okay?
yeah.
Here, is that okay?
Yeah.
And he's just gonna twice that.
She should be pretty low health.
We're doing another one like
Yeah,
now?
she's gonna have partial cover because she is technically on the other side of the doorway.
Oh, she's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, she was standing in front of Lena. Lena, you need to be in front of her. Yeah, because
Okay. Can I get in like closer to maybe?
You gotta know that this bitch knows that she's so
Uh,
I'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just part
bad guys all around.
Yes, it does. It really does.
That is not a good
It's
situation.
Her friend is dead. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's rotten.
Like they thought that they could take on the mob, and then they just
17.
got
This little
fucked.
guy.
Like
Yeah,
guys,
17.
Never
No,
fucked
no.
this little guy
17
up.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Should not have him because he did like a bunch of damage from the game.
Just there. 13.
13 points of damage.
Jeez, no, still has a lot of damage.
Her fate is yours.
Yeah.
Again?
So while she's like,
Shooting the roof.
Yeah.
who just attacked her last? I checked because
Me.
Brick.
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 Yeah, Brick just beat the shit out of her. You just
Yeah.
walked around the corner and started punching the
Brick
crap out of
fucked
her.
her up, and then you finished it.
Yeah,
You like totally
so,
stole his kill.
so yeah. So while Brick is just like wailing her, and she's kind of like, I want to shoot her through the ear.
You may shoot her through the air.
Yeah.
As she catches the second
this
shot
part
in
of
her
the
ribs,
She's
she
like,
like wheels
just-
around, gripping her side as her guys, as her ribs crack beneath the blows. You hear an audible as like there's something protruding from that last blow. As she wheels around, gripping her ribs, like staring at Brick, like ah!
Fucked up in the face.
Suddenly, as she turns her head, there's an arrow hanging out of it and a point hanging out this side. As blood splashes across Lena's face, like
Sexy.
a crimson
I'm
bukkake.
sorry.
Hashtag. That'll be the hashtag for tonight's game, guys. Hashtag crimson bukkake. She is now no longer among the living.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so satisfying.
I'll put money
Bye, puta.
in that. I'll let you bring it back.
She'll be different then.
To be fair.
She'll be.
What?
I will have brought her salvation.
Yeah.
For my dark magic. Just like the friends who brought salvation to
okay.
Algeria.
So
Poorly.
at that, it is now Lena's turn. Lena, what are you doing?
Wiping her
I
face.
think the blood.
She's like, ah!
Can I get a towel, please?
There you go.
I'm looking at whatever his name is.
For those of you who do not know, Seth is currently wearing Towel Chic from The Gap.
His grandma made it, guys.
His grandma made it for him.
Look
It's
at my
My
sweet.
abuela.
Oh, she really underestimated the size of it.
Honestly, I think it's dope, and I think you
Yeah,
guys.
it's pretty awesome. I was about to like ask you where you got that.
I found it. When
It looks a
when
little
we were
bit
cleaning
native
out their house. She was white.
So what do you want to do?
I thought, I'm just saying,
Everybody
it
is-
looks,
Oh, okay.
it looks like it's made of, like,
I love it.
I
Very
don't like check that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Is it 30?
Yeah, so it's just 6 squares.
You guys
Oh,
can
no, no,
come
no.
down here.
You guys are in like
This
an
is a-
office. Yeah.
We should probably
Oh,
have,
there's
like,
Oh, is
Yeah.
it closed off over here?
You're on, they're on the second floor in like the office area.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, all of these
I didn't know there was offices
The only
in this
way
world.
out is to go back down like the hallway and down the stairwell.
Got it. Okay.
It's okay, this guy's pretty locked down, so you guys got time, I feel like.
Guys, Ian's here.
Yeah.
Quick, hide the beers.
You know that's on the
Don't look at me. See.
What happens with this thing? It's like a wall. What happens?
It's a wall.
It's smaller?
This is the second
No, I
floor.
just, cause like, this is like a
Second
more of a
floor.
hallway.
And then
Okay.
there's stairs.
So all this thing, all this craziness is happening in the warehouse. These people probably
I already gave my address out last
it's
week.
another day.
My luck in a video.
I inadvertently said it.
Find the best
I
out.
just really said it in the middle of the screen.
That's so
It's on
That's
YouTube.
what that'll happen.
Hey, hey! Ladies and gentlemen, our intrepid adventurer Ian has arrived.
Yeah!
Hey!
He was
Hey!
well, not even here and already has 2 kills on the night.
And I will say, much to the pleasure of many of you in the room, he is not wearing his fantastic face paint this evening.
Although I kind of wish
But
he
his
was.
mustache
Let's go ahead and pull a
Your
chair up.
mustache is like
Um,
some warthog horn. You just-
By the way, in your
Right,
absence,
you-
Knox has gotten 2 kills.
No, you're gonna be better.
All right, so Lena, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
We're gonna put you over in between Tomas and Alex.
Hey.
So go ahead and grab a chair and set yourself up.
Mix it up.
Thanks to Knox, we have a new hashtag for the night.
Oh yeah.
Crimson Bukaki.
It happened on the next days, though.
Oh no,
so
Lena's
sorry.
face, not Deneb's face.
Yeah, it happened on
Whoa,
Lena's.
Come on, Alex, don't
Where were you guys going without me? Good lord.
Everyone's dead,
Go ahead
except
and
for this
pass
guy.
over Knox's character sheet to Ian, please. Jan,
Yeah.
Central American Juggalo.
Cream
Yeah, she.
Getting some.
Cream. Cream soul.
Getting some.
Oh, you're not doing
Yeah.
it?
Cream soul.
Getting some.
All right, it is now the foreman's turn. The foreman is going to once again attempt. How long does that curse last?
Forever. Well, that's for an hour.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
Or
a natural
so-
20. He
That was forever.
immediately stands back up, and he's just grinning right in Uthor's face. He's gonna make some swings on Uthor with that great sword of his.
I'm gonna get ready to get rid of some damage.
Yeah, you're about to get it, dude.
Uthor.
Ooh! Every single one of those is going to hit.
So, Uthor's dead, guys.
The first swing.
You're gonna die. You have like 6 hours.
The first swing
He's just hitting you
does
3
11
times.
points of slashing damage.
You're dead.
Oh.
You're down. You're down.
Yeah.
Okay. He immediately stands up, and catches you across the chest with his greatsword. You are unconscious. Go ahead and put him down
If I
and
was
lift
here
up the
to
foreman,
control-
please.
Wait, you have a
Um,
thing that can reduce damage. That I didn't
Oh yeah,
know about.
stone giants.
Look behind them, and you're like this.
Stone giants.
Where's your other sheet?
It should be on his features. There's a little dwarf guy with a long sword.
I don't have 10 health left. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, switch him out. Switch him out with
Yeah, 6 health.
that's performance.
Stone and from okay, focus.
Hold it close, you might see.
What does this say?
I said, hold it close, you might see.
Whatever. You can short of it when you use a reaction to roll a d12. Roll a d12. I think you're gonna die anyway though because he's gonna attack you more times. But and all of them hit. Yeah.
11.
Okay. What's your Constitution modifier?
You have my sheet.
Oh yeah, good point. So 11. So you reduce the damage by 13. So you don't take that damage.
No damage.
But
So it was. It was 11, right?
11
So, yes,
plus
you
your
took no
Constitution
damage.
modifier. So it,
I took negative.
So as he stands up,
You get hurt.
You get hurt.
Yeah. As he stands up, swiping the greatsword across your chest, you instinctively flex your muscles and channel your stone giant's ancestry, and you feel the sword scrape across your skin.
Raising boner.
However, he now has 2 more attacks,
And,
No,
like,
you can only do it once per day.
and you're like, come on, big
and
bro.
the second attack is 15 points of slashing damage.
Really wants to
Whatever,
get
we
it.
try.
You are now no longer conscious.
Grandma.
He's going to then turn around and slash on your zombies.
No, they're probably dead.
That's going to be 12 points of slashing damage
On which one?
on the ghoul. The ghoul
This
one.
one?
Yeah, that one.
I think he's probably down. I don't remember how much health they had, but I remember they were really low.
How you doing?
She's it.
So this guy's spaghetti.
So no news from Robin.
I didn't text him though. If you want to hit him up, he's probably at work. Otherwise, he would have said something. All right.
His turn dead.
His turn is completed. As he turns toward the second zombie, grinning. Wait, did you roll to keep the zombie up? Zombies have that special ability. So how much health did he have?
I don't remember.
I think zombies have like 8 health.
No, his hit points are 22, but they both been attacked.
Okay.
They're both pretty close to.
So it's like you roll against the amount of damage you've taken. I think over 0.
Damage reduces it. They must Constitution saving throw.
So it's the same as the basic.
No.
It's not. They're like 20.
They have 22 health points.
What'd you roll?
Not good yet. I mean, I got. So it's Constitution saving with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken.
Which was
You said you did like
12.
12. Yeah. So I needed to save on
17.
17. Yeah. I did.
Okay. Alright, so it is now Uthor's turn. Uthor, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Yes.
As you bleed out upon the floors of a strange warehouse within the town of Hillfjord.
D20.
Yes, D20. Roll. If you roll over a 10, it's a 10 or above is a success. 9 or below is a failure.
14.
14, mark a success off on your death saves. And it is now Rick's turn. Rick, what are we doing?
Can I put my
It's
guy
gonna
up?
go 1, 2.
No. You need to make 3 successful saves to stop having to make saves.
Break move.
You have to be physically
And if
brought
I do
back.
3
You have to be
fails,
physically brought
I'm
back to
dead.
consciousness.
I'm dead for good if I make 3 fails, right?
It's okay. All right, what's Rick doing?
Break move. He's here now.
Okay. It is now. I believe you know his movement, right? He's got like a movement.
Is it one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's on his character sheet.
I think it's 45.
Oh yeah. So 30.
Little 40.
45.
All right. It is now Aurora's turn, and
Wait,
you don't.
can't he do like another thing to dash?
He can use his action to dash.
So how far is dash?
It's your movement once again.
So let's do that, no?
Okay. So he's going to expend his action to move another 45 feet.
Is he
Downstairs.
for?
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Suddenly, I'm here.
Oh, I need Aurora to make another death save. Saber, please. Wow.
It's a fail.
So that's 2 fails, right? Alright, so 2 fails and 2 saves.
Yes.
Alright. It's down to the wire.
Fitty is tossing.
Do you have, like, cure wounds or something? Lena.
Yes.
You can use that on Aurora. Alright, it is now Randall's turn. What's Randall doing?
Is she dead?
She's not really dead. When
So
you,
Randall-
She's unconscious. And she's unconscious and bleeding out.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Does Raymond see while he's raging?
Yeah, I believe he's got like 40 movements.
So he's gonna just flat out dash.
Here, you can use my player's handbook. Brought to you by Wizards of the Coast. Player's handbook. It's how to make a character in the game.
Can you not step on that?
I'm next to you, okay?
Are you going?
Alright. So he dashed and he just got up to this like right here. And that's it.
Oh wow, okay. Randall can move, dude. It is now Chiron's turn. Chiron, what are you doing?
I have a so
Random midget.
this is a concentration spell. I think
Like
the
a whole standard.
and
And a pocket.
just means
I
you
like to use the warehouse.
He still has
Or my pocket midget. Yeah, my mighty midget.
Okay.
I'm getting wrong.
So that's it says a remove curse spell and its effect, and then it says have a period. So I don't think that you can.
So what does it say if he makes it?
It just says while cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of his turn. If it fails, it wastes its action.
Okay, so he needs to make another save.
So like he's gonna have to. He's still in curse.
Okay. Well, because on the last round he rolled a natural 20, I'm gonna say he gets 2 rounds out of that. Because that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
So, Chiron, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to blind him.
Alright.
So you have to
Hope
be
his eyes out.
Cut your nails, dude. You failed.
Is that a concentration spell? No. Okay. What's the save?
13.
Okay, yeah, he makes that. As you go to cast the blind, your eyes go black. As you flash energy towards him, his eyes temporarily go black as he shakes it off. Oh no. So by the way, Randall can move 40 feet whenever, as long as he's not wearing heavy armor.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, he got to where he was going.
Yeah. So it is now Zombie's turn.
18 plus 6.
18 plus 6 is 24. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So it's
5 points of damage. Okay. I'm sorry, how much was it? 3? 5. Alright, as the zombie claps him across the shoulder, he's not really expecting it, and he just sort of, ooh. And as he like sort of looks behind him, there's a little blood trickling from the wound. It is now back to the top of the round with Nox, Swift, Nostrum, turn. Nox, what are you doing?
No idea what's going on.
Do you remember the battle from last week?
Nope.
Watch the goddamn YouTube.
I mean, yes, of course I do. It was awesome. Sorry that I. Okay,
Come the
so
fuck
it
on.
wasn't awesome. Where are the baddies?
There is
Well,
a
you
single.
just killed
The
everyone.
foreman of the warehouse is
Yeah.
down there.
Everyone is
On my
just
way.
rotten.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep. Is anybody in line of sight or no?
Nope.
All right. Ta-da!
You can also dash as your action.
Then I'll do it.
All right, go ahead and move up to your movement out of the way. So you're going downstairs. You're at the top of the. Yep, there you go. All right. It is now.
Wait.
Lena.
I also want to drink one of my health potions.
All right, go ahead and it's 2d4 plus 2 for health potions.
Alright, plus 7.
All right, so you regain 7 points of health. It is now Lena's turn. Lena, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move next to Aurora
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my cure wounds.
Okay, so go ahead and utilize your Cure Wounds spell.
Roll 1d8.
Hang on. Oh, keep going, keep going. Can you do me a favor?
So Hebrews is a nice.
Thank you.
Whatever you roll plus 5.
Seven. Okay, so Aurora, finding herself upon the brink of death's door, barely conscious as her wounds bleed out upon the ground, feels the warm, radiant light of the gift of nature pouring into her body, and as her eyes flitter open, she now is sitting with 7 points of health. It is now. Oh, you have your bonus action and your move. I believe it's Cure Wounds a bonus, or is it? It's an action. Yeah, you have your bonus and your move.
You want to do it?
It's it's your speed. Well, what's your speed?
Here's this thing.
30.
30. So each one of those squares is 5 feet. Yeah, so it's 6 feet. It's 6 squares.
Can I walk over people?
Many gracias.
Move the camera back just a little bit.
I'm trying to make your balls cold or
Yeah,
warm.
yeah, we can do that.
I was trying to see if there was any room on the wire.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't know. Yeah, it's taped up to the table.
See, if you hired a system designer, I would have zip tied that for you.
Here, hold on. I got it.
So you have to use your action to heal her. She's up there. So you use your action to heal her. So since you use your action, you can't die.
How we looking, chat?
That's not bad.
Better now.
Ow, my spine
How we
realized.
moving the camera?
That's not the way my goal was supposed to.
My rib is like.
The never in game is
Yeah,
not
we're
really
looking
called. He rolls
All right.
I have 3 level 20s now.
Me?
I did my
All
hair.
over 270.
Oh my god.
Chat, can we get a couple of claps for Seth's hair? He did his hair up for tonight's
I
game.
do that like
Oh,
okay.
yeah, before
Yeah,
I
the
was
audience.
once
We have
you
an
do
audience
the first
right
one,
now.
it's actually so much easier.
We're
than the
being
other ones,
watched.
I saved
I'm
them
watching
here,
it. I'll
and
see
just picked it all up. Just
Yep.
But
Just
you're
because
quiet.
There you
We
go.
have 5 viewers.
I'll help you with
You gotta start somewhere.
5 people. Yay.
What? A slurm?
It is a slurm koozie.
What's a slurm? I don't even know what a slurm is.
Slurm.
Oh,
This.
Oh my
Slurm
God.
is the name of the soda company from
I mean,
Futurama,
I didn't not like it. I just didn't
which
really
is
like
actually just made from slug slime.
I don't remember tomorrow.
Slurm.
So get it, you buy it, you
Slurms Mackenzie, dude. You didn't know? You
watch
never heard
all
about
the
Slurms
33%
Mackenzie?
faster. With no interruptions of TV commercials. And the voice is augmented, so you don't actually get the typical fact.
Here, Seth, I need you to do me a favor. Or actually, yeah.
You're gonna need it.
Seth, if you can either move, can you move in a little bit?
Slurm is their
Yeah.
their
Tomas, I need you to. Sponsored by Slurm. Today's episode is brought to you by Slurm. Slurm is made from slug slime.
Pride is the main character.
Tasty slug slime. Can you go up on the back and grab that little handle on the back end of the camera?
The ship, so you like blow the things.
Shift it this way a little bit. Like turn it. No, like hold on.
Oh, you want it to face that way?
Yeah, keep going this way. Go this way.
Move the handle that way? You want the camera to go that way?
Take your hand and go like that.
Go left, yeah.
Yeah.
Television shows.
Go a little
Like
bit.
a lot of shows.
Alright. That's good. Alright. Everybody sit down.
Recommend is
Sit
I
down.
want to feed.
hit play and start doing it, looking up.
All right,
show
boys.
them exactly what you're doing. And you'll have
Alright, so
It's actually pretty awesome. Ability to knock That's a pretty cool concept.
Oh,
We could
yeah,
use some Futurama stuff.
Beavers, please.
You have fever?
Somebody, one of the folks named, there are people from
Give him a
like,
cup. Give him a cup.
Oh, you want an apple?
Yeah, Eric, what the hell? I'm sorry.
they were like, come to Markov. I was like,
Okay, so Lena just went. It is now the Foreman's turn. The Foreman is going to.
Foreman's the bag.
Yeah, he's the one that you guys are attacking. What? It's a wisdom save. It's a wisdom save against the curse.
yes.
Okay.
Where is that? No, I didn't.
And it's a 13 DC.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to make that, and he's going to take a swing on the final zombie. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He didn't even roll to attack. One of those attacks is going to be on the final zombie. Okay. So the first attack is going to hit on the final zombie. That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage. So it's
9 plus 5.
Yeah, so that's a 14 DC.
I got a 13.
Okay, it's not going to cut it. As he slashes across the chest of your zombie, its torso becomes rended in twain as it is no longer among the unliving. The second swing, as he turns around, is going to be on Brick, and that's going to hit. That is going to do 9 points of slashing damage as his great sword rakes across the chest of Brick. So go ahead and mark 9 points off. Okay, Brick falls unconscious as the great sword stretches across his torso. The third attack is a 19 on, I believe that is Randall. And that is going to do 12 reduced to 6. So Randall takes 6 points of slashing damage. It is now Uthor's turn. Uthor, what are you doing? Oh, death save.
Yeah.
Nat 20!
You're back to 1 hit point. However, you are still prone. That is the end of your turn. It is now.
Is that always the thing? Like if you roll a nat 20 on a death save, you'll always go back?
Yes.
Bit nice, bit nice. I like.
Very nice. How much?
Do I need
He's
to
done it
write
twice.
that I'm in prone, or we just
It's yeah. You just. That means you have to expend half your movement to stand back up.
You rolled a nat 20 while you're like on a death save twice.
Oh yeah, in one game.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was like, yes.
I definitely played it.
That is a mediocre SNL skit at best.
Hey, I'm gonna beat David as Pumpkins.
Do what you want.
Hey, I got a bag of dancer.
There you go.
Super pregnant skeleton.
Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Now it is Brick's turn. What's Brick do? Brick needs to make a death save.
You got an 18. Yay.
Alex is still down to come over. If we want an extra body. Yes, it's kind of late at this point.
He was
Oh,
asking
you
a
have it
question.
here for it.
Yeah, if he wants to come by.
I'll be like,
Can we get a Dorito Nat 20 from the chat, please, for Nat 20 celebration? Okay.
I mean,
It doesn't. You guys don't need to worry about it.
same words
It's
I
really
recognize
straight.
as 20 Dorito. But I don't
Yeah, I was like,
in the
20?
connotation, I don't get it.
Doritos?
I like Doritos.
What the fuck is going on?
Doritos!
There's 20 of them.
Is that
that's
brought to
a
you
lot.
by Doritos?
Is that Doritos or
Doritos.
My name is Uthor. I like Doritos.
I like that.
I like nacho 20 Doritos. There's so many Doritos. Is there an emoji for Doritos?
Yes.
I did not realize that there was.
We're not allowed to spam the emotes in chat.
Apparently.
Yeah, so like stop spamming emotes. Warning.
Rafa made that rule as an experienced streamer. Personally, I don't think it's all that cool, but yeah, one
I don't know.
one Dorito only, please.
No more in your
That's my Sean Connery from Red October impression. One Dorito only.
What time did Sean Connery get to Wimbledon? I'm sorry.
I almost peed.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know.
All right, break roll the death save.
Kyron,
Break roll the death save.
Yeah, you got the 18.
Okay, it is now Aurora's turn. Aurora
One Dorito.
needs to expend half a movement to stand up, since he is now back to 15 health, or 15 movement.
That's a good picture.
Juan Dorito only, please.
Okay, she's showing me the ranger.
Okay, so that's 15 feet of movement. It is now Randall's turn. Randall, what are you doing?
I'm gonna swing at that guy.
Swing at him!
You shoot him, okay? Rich.
But which pastel do I use?
Yeah, that's gonna miss. That's like
8 misses. As you go to
The other
take a swing with your battle axe, it misses widely as he brings his great sword up, catching the blow.
I'm gonna swing again.
Swing again.
Where's the swing? Where's the swing?
12 is also going to miss as he wheels around and attempts to get him with a second swing. The Foreman brings his great sword up, blocking
Got
a
so
second,
weighted.
a second attack.
These rockets.
Tis now
This
Chiron's turn. Chiron, what are you doing?
Oh, you get
guess
the
I'll
buff, you
try
get
it
it all.
again. I have
Yeah,
the
I have 2
second.
pairs.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack.
This is my
And
birthday present.
it's flat out roll.
Cool. I think it's my birthday present.
It's you don't need to roll
When I
this
first
again.
started.
It's
What did you get on the bluff?
Well, you can,
a 23.
but there's a couple
23 hits.
swords and places
Go ahead and roll damage.
That's exactly it. That's where we got them actually.
Oh, I got mine.
Yeah, next.
Dude, we don't even need to give you napkins anymore. Just wear that and just wipe your hands off.
Consolidation.
Good.
That's granny hood.
I can't tell if it's a shirt or a towel.
I know.
A towel.
If my dexterity was better, I would have rolled out. So is Thunder someone that's here right now?
No, Thunder is a friend.
And then what about the other one? Like, do we know if they're here right now?
No.
It's just you and I, so.
There's a 5.
So 5 points of damage.
Yeah, but then he also has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC? It's 13.
13.
That's gonna miss. So he's considered poisoned until the end of the.
It is also poisoned until the end of your next turn.
You got a
Until
point.
the end of your next turn. Okay.
Okay.
It means he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, yay!
It is now back to the top of the round with Nox. Swift Nostrum's turn. What's Nox doing?
Who's alive?
That guy, like the dude with the longsword. Yeah, that's the foreman of the warehouse.
Is he the last? He's the last one.
Yeah.
He's the last one
He's
alive.
killed both my zombies when he's knocked him
Oh,
down.
look, God.
And he's the...
Yeah.
The sword's bigger than him.
That's
Huh?
That guy's so small.
He's a
He's a
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah.
He's been fucked.
So-
He would have fucked us. We would have been dead if I hadn't cursed it.
We hit him with a 100 mark. No,
We
we
say
that
that
shows.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Do the thing.
I'm doing it the thing. Do the thing. I'm doing it the thing.
Going down.
Oh, shit.
I got 14.
I got
We got a 14.
14 is not going to do it.
Okay.
As you stab forward, he slaps it away with his forearm. His heavily armored forearm.
The second one then.
Go ahead and roll to attack again.
I'm gonna do it, Rick.
18.
18 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah!
Oh, jeez, Rick, I don't know.
Oh,
Don't
jeez.
forget Colossal Slayer. Don't forget. Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
You already
There.
yeah.
He's already
You
on.
got it. Alright, so 5.
Hey,
I'm triggered. My
hey,
bad. I'm
hey,
triggered.
hey. He has 90 beers. It's fine.
Apple juice?
So 5 plus 5.
He's a team.
He's a team.
Team. Bang.
Thank
So plus my hunter's mark, which is a plus 25 or 6.
He's a team. He's a plus a 4. He's 14.
He's 14.
And then plus a 1d8 for my Colossal Slayer.
Oh, good catch.
No beer.
Plus a 1.
He's 14. Plus 4.
There's a quinceanera.
Plus 1.
It's a quinceanera.
Okay, you're maybe 15.
Suddenly Jesus shows up.
As you swing with him at him with your first stab, he deflects it with his forearm, kind of clapping in your face. However, you've already caught him underneath a portion of his plate in the ribs. He's like, oh.
You can't bastard.
However, that is the end of your turn, unless you want to move.
Now you're just stuck in there.
Now you're like, I'll see you later.
So I already did my bonus action of the hunting mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's something else I can't do.
Okay, it is now
Yeah, cut.
Lena's turn. Lena, what are you doing?
I have to get out of this.
All right.
Yeah.
Does she have line of sight on?
No.
She does not. However, if you want to try to move past everybody, I will let you roll an acrobatics check, and you can attempt to move past Randall and Knox.
If you only if you
I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
want. So roll a d20. That's very good.
Yeah.
You thought that was Whitney?
I've been often confused with your
That's my bitch.
Oh,
They said they want to take my beautiful boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you try to get around Knox, he's just sort of like elbows you. He's like,
Did you ever watch
come on, that
Sprint
thing's
Game
shouldn't be-
Firefly?
It's a speed.
So he's the main.
It is now
All
the
that-
Foreman's turn. The Foreman needs to make another save against the curse, and that is going to make. And he is going to take some swings.
And every single time I'm like,
First, all right. What's your AC, Chiron?
he is WWB.
13. Okay.
12.
12. The attack he makes on you isn't going to hit as he sort of sidesteps and swings. You manage to dive out of the way just in time to avoid the shot. However, at that point, he turns facing Randall, and he jabs his greatsword in an upward motion, catching Randall and square in the abdomen and dragging it across the front of his torso. That's a natural 20, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be.
That's what Randall would say.
He would growl.
Nah, he'd be like, what?
Randall takes.
He would say.
Randall takes 12 points of slashing
He'd
damage.
be like,
It's already been
he'd be
reduced.
like,
As the great sword catches him.
He takes 12.
By the way, apparently you have a 0 out of 10 acrobatics, according to Jack. Yeah, he takes 12 points of slashing damage from the Foreman. As he goes to make a third swing, Randall at this point has his battle axe up and deflects the blow. It is now Uthor's turn. Uthor, I need you to. Oh, you're conscious.
I'm at 1 health.
Yeah, you're conscious and at 1 health. What are you doing?
Heal, man.
Should he not stand up? I don't have any healing.
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't.
Deneve has healing.
But we're
Deneve, fish. Let's do it.
Ash! Dinesh!
Damn it.
He's this guy.
He's still on the ground. He hasn't stood
We're
up.
like,
just wiggle out of the way.
No,
yet
Lena.
to
It's
risen.
her, you'd be saying Lena.
Oh, Lena.
Peter's like, what?
Don't you want somebody to love?
Lead us to water
Hey,
your
my guy.
face.
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. So you stand up and disengage. So you have 15 feet of movement. Where are you going?
Well, I was on this one.
Yeah. So you stand up.
5, 10, 15.
You need to roll an acrobatics check to go that way because there's two people in the way, and it's like a crammed hallway on a stairwell.
My guy, your acrobatics should be pretty decent. Just roll
Well,
away.
he's in the ground.
Like steps over, so like, oh, giant balls.
He's trying to like roll up the stairs.
Yeah.
Plus a 9?
Wait, I got it.
He's got expertise.
I'm a fucking Goliath.
Expertise doubles.
I've never heard of this.
Damn, you needed that.
Tiny little daggers.
11.
Garbage.
Oh, can I not go
You're gonna
anywhere?
crush me, aren't you? You're gonna land right
You
on me.
can't go up the
You
stairs.
can hurry back away.
Yeah.
You like go to like dive up the stairs, and as you do, you like run into the wall. And you're like, oh, shit.
I can still go 15 though.
Yeah, you still have 15 feet.
Get out of there.
All right. It is now.
Bitch is about to go follow you.
Is that your turn?
I have not a lot of help.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now Brick's turn. What's Brick doing? Oh.
Can I use my short bow from there?
What? What's Brick down?
Yes.
You got right by the
Yes,
way.
right.
Break got hit up here, and he has like 9 health. And he
So you utilized your bonus action to disengage. So and you use your movement. So just go ahead and roll once to attack.
11.
11 isn't going to do it as you take out an arrow and fire it with your short bow. Short
Ah,
distance
son
sails.
of a bitch!
You're not used to firing. It's a short target. So it
It's
just
just a
sails
tiny little
over.
bow.
You're in pretty bad shape though.
It is now Brick's turn. He needs to make death save, correct?
Suddenly I'm really close to this guy. It's above a 10.
You are within 5. Yeah.
No, I was. Yeah.
No, yeah.
It's
Uh,
12.
Okay, so yeah, mark off the success on Brick's death saves.
Yeah, Mark.
It is now
Dude.
Aurora's turn. What's Aurora doing?
I was here.
She gonna run.
Triggered.
I was more than 5 feet away from him because he was making me roll disadvantage on shooting spell.
Yeah.
So I'm not 5 feet away from him. I'm here.
Did you move up to like cast a spell on him?
No.
Didn't you blind him?
Yeah, but I didn't have to be near him for that.
I thought you moved up on him because he was able to swing it at you.
No, he has a. I don't. I was. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just stand there.
Yeah, she did that.
I didn't move. I never. I haven't made a move until that.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. You can.
I'm gonna move on my turn. I'm gonna move back.
It incurs an attack of opportunity.
Okay, true.
So I'll allow it right now. Yeah.
Because you made me roll disadvantage this time. Because that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I got you. All right. So Aurora's done.
She wants to.
Dash. Okay. So she needs to roll an acrobatics check to get past everybody on the steps.
I'm pretty sure she's for not
Legalistic.
I don't know. I feel like a
Greasy.
That's what I was thinking.
The greasiest of foreheads is best for sticking.
Jeez, man, nobody's holding the bottom.
Yeah. Just,
She rolled a 22.
Good.
yeah. She rushes past, diving over everybody's heads and rolling across the ground.
Is it my turn?
All right.
I go pee-pee standing up.
It is now. Push. It is now Randall's turn.
I'm swinging.
I hope it's just.
Yeah, that is a 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll.
I think that happened on me.
What
happened?
9?
Trendsetter.
All right. As
I'm waiting for me to have to roll a D.
As Randall takes a swing, he catches the Foreman directly across the chest.
Only for
It
dropping.
cleaves through his armor. As the Foreman a trickle of blood
The foreskin.
begins moving down Vance's arm.
The foreskin!
It's gone.
Team of Savage.
He now has a second attack. His
The
bonus
Jewish person
action
has
is
done
movement.
Rabbi kids.
You were
Moil,
guys.
I don't moil on
As a bonus action, you can go into a frenzied rage,
really?
but
I swear to God.
that has to be because you have to attack in your action. So you use your action and attack twice.
Did he wait until like you were in your kids old?
Before,
Yeah.
That's very
I don't know how that
no, you're good.
Alright, so second attack.
And that's, I mean, the Jewish tradition requires you to do it after making kids old.
Yeah, as Randall goes and takes his second swing,
Second
he catches the great sword of the Foreman once again. It is now
It's like, you know,
Chiron's turn. Chiron, what are you doing?
me turn now.
What are you doing? Chiron, tell me what you're doing.
What are you
What
doing?
you doing there, boy?
Oh, yeah.
I
dropped my die, like, really?
You have to straight to the dead there. Like, you
I
don't
got
give
my
a shit.
crystal. It's my third eye.
shit
Concentrate
on it.
the third eye energy.
You go there, Chiron.
Um,
Straight to the dead. Like, nothing
Sense
to
preserve us.
you know, you're there, Chiron.
I will cast chill touch.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Remember? My horn.
Ah!
Okay.
13 plus 12.
17 isn't gonna cut it. As you your eyes go white momentarily, you extend your hand forward, and from your hand, an ethereal white hand that looks more like a claw than anything else emerges. Weird. Drifting towards the warehouse foreman. However, he just sort of like flips it away as it dissipates in the air. He's kind of like, what the fuck is this? And it just like dissipates.
Expecto Patronum.
This week's episode brought to you by Harry Potter. I don't know why. It is now back. Oh yeah, you're done, right? Is that your turn?
Don't forget to bottle your hair. Yeah, I'm having a zombie, so.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. This week's episode brought to you by Harry Potheads. It is now Nox's turn. Nox, what are you doing?
Okay, so last round I did 100 marks. This round I want to put a little bit of my venom on one of my blades.
Okay, it's bonus action.
Wait then.
Yeah.
So sneaky.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 2 attacks.
Shush.
So the first attack is going to be your poison attack.
That's cool.
Go ahead and roll.
Poisson. It's
Poisson.
gonna be your fish attack. Poisson.
20.
20 hits. Go ahead and
Le
roll
poisson is
damage.
fish. Yeah.
And that's going to be
Poisson.
including your poison damage.
Late.
Alright,
Wow.
so there's a 1d6. That's 1 plus 5, which is normal.
Okay, so it's
And
6 damage
6,
base.
And what's the poison again?
Where did you get the poison? I kind of. I'm
We
pretty sure-
did this months ago. I extracted the venom from one of the spiders that we killed when we were fighting the necromancer.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't I give you the damage on
It feels like 6 or
I think it was 2d6 actually.
something. I'm pretty sure it's 6.
that? It was when you were fighting in the underground.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
spiders.
when,
The dog-sized spider.
Okay, all right. When you were fighting the drow in
Yeah.
the temple. Okay, that's gonna be. And were they the. Yeah, so that's gonna be. It's a DC 11 con save. Write this down because I don't want to have to find it because I'm far too lazy to keep doing this. It's a DC 11 con save. And then it's 1d8 poison damage. If it's half, or if they save, it's half.
So right now I'm at 6. We're gonna do the 1d8 for the poison damage.
Okay.
What is that?
With the, like, the
1 point of poison damage. Oh, he's making con save though. Well, yeah, he's gonna make that. So unfortunately, there's no damage done.
So we're at 6 so far.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do the.
Colossus Slayer.
Now we're gonna do the 100 mark.
Gotcha.
Jesus, this is the worst roll ever.
7.
So 7. Now
And
we're
now
just
it's Colossus Slayer.
Big roll.
8.
Big
8. All right. So we
So
went from 7 to 8.
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
That was horrifying. So that's the first sword then.
All right. Go ahead and roll for the second attack.
That was just the first sword.
Yes, terrible though.
Oh!
I'll take it though. So that's 28.
28 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Thank you.
Shit.
Okay, so it's 11. And then, do I still get my 100 mark in the Colossus Slayer?
You do.
Oh! 11.
And then there was Seaman.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
11!
Okay, that's not bad. It's 16.
Can you refrain from doing boner gestures at the table, please? It jostles the miniatures.
They're all in their respective places.
Roll a d8 for Colossus.
Hashtag
So
crimson
16,
Bukaki.
by the way. I'll keep it.
Hashtag keep it crimson.
Oh!
Hashtag no white.
I wasn't there. You can't do this for someone who wasn't there. With their own characters.
It's a joke!
He's a joke. It's nice.
This is nice.
8. He got an 8, guys. Look.
It's
So
so
that's-
said coral.
Coral! 24!
So 24 points of damage.
Plus 15. That's not bad. From the original.
Alright,
More damage than
bad.
Okay, it is now. His fate is yours.
Kill him.
Alright, so I lunged at him like he was gonna stab him, and I knew he was gonna swipe like he did last time, but he
He's gonna
didn't.
sweat.
He's gonna sweat.
He's gonna sweat at you.
Slap.
So I'm gonna stick him right in the throat. He's gonna go like, he's gonna go, oh no! And I'm gonna take the second one, go straight to his mouth.
Okay. So as he goes to block the shot, you instinctively duck out of the way, and as he's watching, you sort of like, in and out, just real quick, just. And he just sort of he pukes up a little bit as he touches you, like, and it's just blood and vomit. It's like,
Is it like multiple ins and outs?
and he's just like,
Finger.
oh, wow,
In the back?
no longer among the living.
It took me. I had to watch that shit like 3 times to realize what the fuck was going on. It's so funny.
And it is at this point
town mask.
Oh!
What?
That shit went down his throat.
that you have officially killed all of the individuals within the warehouse.
Yay!
Yes!
Bring out your
We
dead!
accomplished
I'm
some
gonna
of
rate
those
him as a 10.
objectives.
What was the other question?
Go Bastard
Where'd you go
Suckers
get
like
that
that
paperwork?
You can't mitigate. You weren't there. You were passed out.
Wait.
No, you are now passed out in the bar. We had to metagame you out of there.
So
I'm
who was there?
gonna rate him as a Zambi, right?
Okay. Go ahead and cast your raise
so I
on
don't
this.
even
I think I just do it.
You guys have to find a document. You have to find a document within the warehouse.
We found it already.
Oh, you already did that?
They found the document. They found the evidence that
And then after they
Oh,
go right.
that's it.
that's it.
Oh.
So,
There's gold.
Somebody should feed that
it is
for
at this
Halloween.
point that we're going to take a quick 10-minute break for bathroom business, as well as refills and maybe some food.
Ooh, man, that was so funny.
So we will be back on at 10:32 p.m.
That guy looks angry though.
For any of those of you who also would like to go take a quick bathroom break, or get a refill,
Quick
or
Quick
I don't know, watch something that takes 10 minutes.
Or
Go ahead and do it, and we'll see you then.
Whack off real quick.
Fantasy team.
The take me through.
Yeah, Alex.
All right, everybody, we are back.
So
Thank
just
you
see
for
if it's-
indulging us that brief respite
I didn't either.
while we girded ourselves for the
Whoa, dude.
for the gameplay to come.
Look at walls.
It's fine. So, as you all stand around over the body of the dead Foreman, you
What's over there?
Because he's my zombie now.
Oh, that's right. Gotta be looting.
Chiron steps up and as his eyes go black and a mixture of black and white as he draws energy into his hand, he pumps it down into the chest of the Foreman. Who, his eyes erupt open as he stands up. He's like, by the way,
Please,
for the armor of this zombie, he has an armor of
It's like it's a snap filter.
16 as opposed to his other as the normal zombie because he's wearing the plate mail.
Does he do more damage?
He's no longer wielding his weapon, so he's just like swinging.
It
his
doesn't look
like,
better
zombie.
Even now, this little.
Yeah, that's not the same.
He was tough that one.
Ah!
George Foreman.
That grill looked good.
Boo. Boo.
It's an angry.
Boo. Boo. Alright, so
No, ma'am.
it is now it is now oh yeah, so you guys are standing over the body of the you were standing over the body. So yeah. You all are just standing in the warehouse. What are you doing?
Looting shit.
Yeah. Taking shoes and
Okay.
And we gotta look for that
Wrong.
paperwork.
Get my hands.
You already found it.
Already found the paperwork. I'm looting shit. Especially that Foreman.
Watch the YouTube videos, bro. Get a recap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, probably.
I'm so sorry I have a real man job where I gotta be up 60 hours a week and I can only play the games when I'm actually playing the games.
oh yeah.
Oh. It's fine. So,
That's deadly, but I'm down.
so you're looting everybody. All right, everybody that's looting a body, I need you to roll an investigation check.
I'll roll for that.
Did I roll a D20?
Oh,
19? I rolled an 18.
1918. Okay, hold
I
on.
killed the goddamn Foreman.
1918.
Oh wait, hold on. No. My investigation is not that. My investigation is.
There's enough for everybody to loot at least one person.
Okay, so my actual investigation was 22.
Did anybody roll higher than a 22 on their investigation? So Chiron will be searching for Foreman.
You.
Okay.
Because you know,
You killed him.
I did, but I raised him.
As the zombie shambles
I killed him.
as the zombie shambles over to Chiron, Chiron just starts feeling him up. Where is Where is your home?
That's necrophilia. Excuse me, hold on. It's Jesus. He said.
By the way, guys, we accept all types of religious.
We don't render any judgments here. We are a diverse group of individuals. We've got a clusterfuck of a bunch of pale ass white people and me. So I represent our European factions. Ian's just super Irish, so there you go. That's the rest.
Kelly here.
That's
I'm
the
like a
rest
mix
of
of
Europe.
Eastern and
Oh,
Western.
no, we're not supposed to say last names. Damn. I did it.
But you are Jewish and gay, so we've
I am
got-
Jewish, gay, and Irish, and rather like Belarusian.
So there we go. That's the rest of our demographics. We've got Seth. I don't know. Seth, what have you got going?
I'm a quarter
Peruvian, Spanish, Irish.
And American.
It might count. Irish, German, and a little bit of Greek.
Let's say American up on everything.
So we got all that stuff, and then what? Eric's Filipino?
That's it.
Quarter.
How do you?
Ethiopian.
My
I knew it.
my great grandpa.
And from
And
Oh,
grandpa.
it's okay.
Great
It's
grandpa.
okay.
I'll drink to that.
Eric.
Yeah, they bury pigs and it's delicious.
You're one of those Tagalog people.
It's not straight
hate
when you say it out loud.
Oh,
It's
you're
just
right.
fine.
Oh, that's Jeanette, what are you? What have you got going on?
Trump! Got going on.
Viva la Mexico!
She's waiting for the wall.
It's all coming out of Jeanette's pocket.
Don't trigger me like that. Game of Thrones.
Yo.
I know. Where's
Yeah.
Torment?
Eric.
No triggers. No triggers. No triggers. No triggers. Come on.
What?
What have you got going on, bud?
I am Dominican.
Do you want diarrhea, Dominican?
No. Well,
Yes.
I am, but the Dominicans are a mix of raised in Spanish, which is the white part, I guess. Even though in Spanish are not really all white. There's some other stuff going
There's
on.
some Arab in them.
There's some Arab, there's some West African, Arab, and Taino people, native.
Yeah.
Oh!
Very exotic.
And many Arabs are watching
Hell
this
yes,
kidding. And if it's Arabia, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, muy skinny. Yeah, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
so
there we go, guys. We got all the demographics. We got all of them.
That's cool.
All right. So, at the top of the round, searching the bodies, we're going to have Chiron, and you rolled a 22 to search. As you pat down the body of the freshly resurrected Foreman, you managed to find a coin pouch tucked within the back portion of his tucked within his butt cheeks.
Jesus Christ!
I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, yeah, instigated into it. So yes, you find
Never heard that before.
you
Necromancers
find
are not afraid of sneaking.
Or the Grundle.
you
Oh my
find
God.
you find a taint-stained coin purse containing 15 gold pieces.
Okay.
Hashtag Crimson Bukkake.
Jesus Christ.
Hashtag taint-stained coin purse.
The backside thing. Crimson Bukkake. I can't even say the last one.
Hashtag.
Thank you. Thank you.
Paint stained coin purse.
Crimson Bukkake. Case stained coin purse.
Same thing look like,
It's
guys.
that ghost.
You know what? Only Chiron knows what a taint-stained coin purse looks like.
It's looking at
Containing
me.
15 gold pieces. What did everybody else roll for investigation?
I don't even want to.
I didn't roll
19 from
anything.
Uthor.
I don't know play this.
Yes.
We're gonna get you in, but I had to finish the battle.
Yeah, I was spun yet.
He's
Like in
pre-spawn.
loading screen.
He's in the queue.
He's pre-spawn.
Son of a bitch.
He's pre-spawn.
6K.
Right. Spinning.
Randall rolled a 9.
Hold me back. Follow me
What did Lena roll?
14.
14, but Aurora roll. Okay. So it's gonna be Uthor, Lena, Randall, and then Chiron. What'd you roll? Or what did Brick roll?
What did not?
Chiron, what did Brick roll?
Oh, shit. I didn't
Sorry, Alex. I'll probably refer to you by your character name.
He, roll that matchup.
Okay. What did Nox roll?
10.
10. Okay. So it's Uthor, Lena, Nox, Randall, Aurora, and then Brick. So, Uthor, as you run upstairs like a giddy school child, you're like, yes, I'm gonna get all this shit. You grab the first body you can find, and upon the body you find
Oh, this one.
you find a
moldy cabbage. It's very tiny.
ew. You find 5 gold pieces.
Break that down.
As well as a dagger. Lena, you rush, you like sort of jump over Chiron or Uthor, and at this point, everybody, like, in terms of how you guys investigate, it's just a mad dash to find a body that hasn't been taken yet. So you guys are like, it's like, what's that game where you, like,
Jesus.
it's kind of like, but it's like,
That's not a game.
it's like a, I don't know. It's like a kid's game where it's like you have to touch a certain thing, like while you're before, like if you're running around, somebody shouts something, otherwise you get out.
I don't think Jews do that.
I never thought that.
I'm joking.
I can't speak to that first swear. No. But yeah, basically you guys are just like, yeah, and you're just like running to like bodies. Lena, you find on the second body,
I like this.
you find a coin purse containing 50 silver pieces. However, you find tucked into the belt a vial containing red liquid.
Ew. Alright, it's here.
Okay, go ahead. Just tell him to come right back. Just tell him to come right back.
I'm not sure he's familiar with houses.
Okay, alright. Well, it is Nox's turn.
You have to.
I'll be right back.
He is taking a
Alright,
little bit of air.
so we're gonna go collect some red, yellow, blue what? Spjorf, please. Please be more specific.
Spjorf,
please.
It's how you
Spjorf,
say it in
please.
Norwegian.
That sounds like. Have you guys ever seen Silicon Valley? Where it's like there's a scene where he's just like he just points at a guy. He's like, this guy.
Oh,
fucks."
was the game called Red, Yellow, Blue?
Oh.
Remember when I said it was probably?
Yeah.
Oh, the game.
Spjorf knows his shit.
About the red,
Red,
yellow,
yellow,
blue.
I think that is what it's
I didn't
called.
play that game.
Oh.
Thank you, Spjorf.
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 Spjorf plays.
Spjorf. I
Spjorf
don't-
plays.
Yo,
Red,
Spjorf-
yellow, blue.
Spjorf, don't tell me what your first name is. We don't want it.
Yeah, I like Spjorf way better.
He claims his name is Jordan.
Then we
This is the internet. There's no way for us to know Spjorf. There's no way for us to
Jordan, if your name is Jordan, I'm gonna
Hashtag
still call
fake
you
news.
Spjorf. I'm gonna assume that
Yeah.
you are
You're
consenting because
going to
you
be
put it
called
in the internet.
Spjorf from here on out. But we love you anyway. Thank you for
Thank you,
watching.
Spjorf.
Hey everybody, Alex here! Yay!
Namaste.
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 Oh, it's namaste.
Deb's coming over.
Whatever.
Guys, Deb's coming over. Deb played Aurora last game. She is getting off work now, just up the street, and she will be here shortly.
She's gonna
Bring
expect
us
for her to have her.
Oh, she's drunk.
No, we apologize. in advance
Expect for her
for
to still have her
preparing.
apron on crooked, and her hair to be falling out with
Bring
stains.
vaginas.
So fall asleep.
Yeah,
Vaginas.
yo,
Chicken
Hey
vaginas.
Alec,
Yeah, it's her now.
I'm
if
gonna
you want,
actually
if you
ask her
want
to
any
bring me
anything to drink, it's in the fridge.
No, but-
I was just gonna say
my brown bag.
Sure,
Yeah, but we're gonna use Seth's brown bag, and I want to
This is a brown bag.
Okay.
Yeah, Seth's brown bag.
It doesn't matter because he's off.
Insider.
Oh,
Yeah,
But it's like,
brown
yeah,
bag.
we'll only have it out when you come back in.
Eric, I'll take the girly stuff.
I think she's probably.
Thank you, Spjorf. We appreciate
Thank
you
you, Spjorf,
complying with
Jordan.
our unreasonable demands and not
Spjorf.
referring to you by your first name like a normal human being.
Who's the
Spjorf is one of the people in the camera.
Oh, hello.
He's one of the camera people.
I forget that we're like
Is that where that there's
we're
people watching us?
famous.
I know, dude. We're fame right now, dude.
There's that map.
Papa bless. So, Nox, you find. Where is he?
He's eating a burrito.
He's eating a burrito. Where the fuck did he
It's
go?
actually more like a rat.
Did he go
Yeah,
upstairs?
he didn't get a good look.
I think he's doing great.
Oh. Nox, you find on the third body
What's on that third body?
Is that your
a
Body parts.
This seems to be bukkake here.
Yeah.
Crimson bukkake. I won't allow it. Ma'am?
Hashtag keep it cruise.
I won't allow it.
I won't allow it. Hey, oh, I'm on.
You find on the third body with a 10, you find a single gold piece tucked into behind his ear.
I did the magic trick. It actually worked.
Having been tricked many a time.
Finally win after all these years.
So, it is now. Who rolled under a 10?
Randall did.
Randall rolled a 4. Randall goes up to the next body, and he just kind of like looks at it, and he just grabs it by the boot, and he's like looking at the body and just starts shooting.
Randall would do that.
And the only thing that comes out is like a couple copper pieces. As they fall on the ground, he finds 3 copper pieces.
Deborah, bring the whole thing of chip.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Deborah!
What's she doing now?
They're just gonna throw it out.
If Deborah's watching right now, Deb, you better bring me all the goddamn rice and beans you got.
That's what I said, rice and beans.
Otherwise, I'm not letting you in the back door.
Just, and I quote,
Both figuratively and literally.
I quote Seth saying, just grand anything left over for
Not do it again, Eric.
Taco Bell party pack.
I did it again.
Just grab anything.
I just gave
Tonight's episode brought to you by Taco Bell After Hours. Live Moss.
Just
Wait,
We're not actually
get shoved with
sponsored
the
by
thing of lettuce.
Anytime I say we're brought to you by somebody, unless we actually are brought to you by somebody,
set up.
which I will tell you about. I see now where the folly is in these things.
Alright, so
I'll be like very serious, but for right now, we're not sponsored by. We're not sponsored by. Who did I say we were sponsored by?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. But you know what? Go get Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Yo, Kiro, my
Yo, Taco Bell, give me that endorsement deal.
in Knox's voice.
Yo, Kiro.
Where is this Manchester?
I would very much like some Taco Bell, please. That's Knox's voice, by the way, guys. We're not trying to do a clearly somewhat racist Spanish accent.
Guys, that's the phrase.
That is literally just how Knox speaks. He's supposed to be like very similar to a cat race in a popular video game series.
When's it gonna be cat race?
It's a new phone.
Guys, we accept all races at this table.
Did you just assume my cat gender?
I know it's difficult to tell.
My pussy new phone.
Yeah, my pussy gender. Can we get a round of applause for pussy gender in chat?
Crimson culture.
Crimson
culture.
Crimson Bukai.
He just over here.
Don't mind about it.
You're worthless, just like your character. She
Guys,
died.
stop spamming shit, dude.
Jesus.
We're not allowed to do it. We're no spamming.
Seth
guys.
just said that shit to Deborah because she
Do it like one at a time. Like do something and enter.
I forget some don't understand.
Our friend Rafa, Randall,
She might not. She
set up the spam filter, and unfortunately, I am not the
I do that to people
most
all the
adept
time.
at figuring how to remove it. So, for the time being, if you want to spam something because we asked you to, just hit a character, hit enter, hit a character, hit enter.
Just get it on it.
Instead of a bunch of characters in one line.
Take over here.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We'll appreciate that just as much.
This thing isn't very.
Here.
I don't know how to get this chair.
There's other shit right
How do I keep this chair?
Man, that feels so
It just like
We're just forever Alex is there now.
there.
I guess I live here.
DJ
Someone's gonna have to bring me
Not even mad.
What's up, Lil?
Yeah.
Actually, than I thought.
This is this.
DJ
It's real
Slambird.
pal.
What's up, Score?
Hey! DJ Slambird, how you doing, bud? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, DJ, what's up, man?
Spewart, you're always a friend around here. Thanks for coming. This is 5th edition, 5e. Very much homebrew. So if there are certain things that don't really make sense in terms of 5e
You
rules,
better not screw
that's
this
just
up.
because we sort of enjoy it more this way.
Don't handle it, Mom.
You should hear Dark Ominous
We were
Tones.
afraid
Those
you
are
were
the
Oh,
underlying.
you can't really throw it.
Guys, we need to focus now.
Oh yeah, let's keep.
So-
There was D&D 4. Is that like
Randall, okay, Brick rolled
Yes,
a 3
yeah.
on his investigation check to search the body. As he
There's
clambers
been
into the
multiple-
last room, you already looted. Yeah, you already looted. Everybody already looted except for Brick, right?
Yes, because he.
Oh no, Aurora rolled a 4, right?
Where's
Aurora runs to the
Where's
second to last body, finding herself
Oh, yeah.
a nice 5 copper pieces tucked into a small coin purse. And it was now Brick's turn, who manages to get all the way into the office and stand over a body.
Like this?
Yeah, he's like, yes, like I got the last one. And he, unfortunately, does not find anything. And in addition, and he does not realize this at the time, as he bends down to search the body, a couple of his own coins leave their coin purse. He rolled a natural 1. Yeah, Rick loses 5 silver pieces.
Come on, Rick.
Oh, brick.
He doesn't ever come here anymore.
So, so brick. Okay.
Sorry, Rick. Me? Pajama.
I mean,
So I think where it says SP right there. That's gonna save.
No, I mean, like,
minus
he's not
5.
He is Rick.
right here next to the 166.
No, I know. I just say
Right,
straight
so-
something.
So,
Uh,
yeah, 61.
Nothing. It was a dumb joke.
So you take away 5.
I love it.
Oh, is Alec going to be controlling Brick for right now?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Round of applause for Alec, everybody, for joining us tonight. I don't know, you do not appear to be on the stream. You can be off stream if you want. But if you want, we can make some room for you at the table also. Eric, how about you slide down a little bit?
That's a witchcraft shit right there.
Yes, it is. We either roll like
Apparently, if your head's greasy, it works.
Did anybody else see Alex's face just now? Because that just goes. And he was like. I don't think I can just do it. Oh, I guess I can.
When Tomas says it looks like he's giving him something.
Yeah, Tomas is like trying to bind it to his skull.
So yeah, guys, chat, round of applause. Remember, 1 clap only. 1 clap only, please. 1 clap only, enter. 1 clap only, enter. To spam.
What?
Because our chat is stupid. Not the people in the chat, but our chat rules are stupid, and we're gonna change them.
Spure with the
Spure for the round of applause. It is after this point that all of the it's just an emoji, DJ Lambert.
Words being said. I had
Oh no, stop it.
You all make your way downstairs, and you stand at the bottom of the warehouse, talking amongst yourselves. What are you talking about?
Oh wait, sorry.
So you guys have finished the battle, and now you're at the bottom of the. What are you doing now? Like what are you doing?
Can we like heal our wounds? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Let's go back and take a snooze.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I was
like I think I have a
Randall.
rib hanging
So
out.
Randall
Yeah.
comes up to the crowd and goes,
All these people are at like 1 health. That is.
That's me.
No.
That's yes.
Oh, why are you there? Oh, because you walked over there.
Giant, that's what he does. He walks.
No, we're talking down here, Seth.
Oh.
Get your sweet ass over here.
And then he fell upon it.
okay, so Randall's gonna come up to the group and go,
I'm
I'm tired. I'm going back to town.
Yeah, I didn't take a snooze.
Yeah, I need a heal. So,
I have all my spell shit.
So Randall's going to discreetly look for an exit.
Okay.
I don't want to
So,
bring any attention.
Randall immediately notices the the front door
Right, okay.
that pretty much everybody came in through except for himself, Lena, and Aurora. Yeah, he walks up to it and opens the door. He's like, "Hey, I think this is the exit." As the night air breathes in, soothing the heat erupting from him as he stands in his barbaric rage, as it dissipates upon the wind. So you all head out of the warehouse, and you're heading back to the tavern, or
Back to where our rooms are. Yeah.
back to where the rooms are.
The
So the inn, yes, the Groggy Goblin is where you guys are staying.
Bastards.
Fucked up.
So you all stand outside of the out of the warehouse upon the high hill of Hillfjord on the southwestern bank.
Where are you supposed to meet this chick?
She's at your hotel.
Oh, okay.
She's like passed out in your bed.
Oh, let's go get her. wake her up.
There you go.
Hey, get your shit.
Licking her wounds in her bed as she was on death's door.
Hey, I'm only cat here.
She was on death's door?
Yeah,
Yeah, when she found you guys, she was like
bleeding.
bleeding out.
I almost looted her.
Yeah. Basilic went to loot her, however, as he did, she like gripped his hand and was just like,
Stop it.
"Stop it."
And then I cure wounds.
And then he healed her up.
For the 2 points.
Yeah, so what?
Ah, it feels a little better.
So,
Terrible.
as you all shuffle down the street, wounded as shit, bloodied as fuck, there's like, you make your way down to the main road that passes through the town, over the large bridge spanning the river that passes through its center, eventually making your way to the other bank. And as you look off to the left, you see the familiar sign of a sleeping goblin sitting upon oh Lord, what's that? What? I had a word for it and I lost the.
Yeah.
What's like the thing that they put outside of like a theater?
Billboard.
Sign.
No, it's like I feel like it's very specific.
Banister?
No, it's like the kind of signage that they have. It's like that, you know, those big signs outside of a movie theater. It's like
Billboard.
marquee. Yes, the marquee. Thank you.
Thank God for goodness.
I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of that that Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Is it
Like,
Je ne sais quoi?
But there's a song where it's like beneath the marquee, and I forgot. I couldn't remember that line. The marquee of the inn, emblazoned with a sleeping goblin. As you head inside, you hear the sounds of light revelry, and immediately almost everybody inside, as you stumble in, just turns and looks at you, and it becomes silent. There's like, and then they turn back and just start talking to each other.
There's also a sound.
There's also a zombie. You head up to the second floor and proceed into your rooms. In one room, you see.
Drinking, that's it.
No, you did not. Who stayed back? It was Basilic and Chief. That was it, and Nymeria. As you open the first door, you find that in this room, there is a single bed, and passed out, spooning, are Chief Keef and Basilic. Curled up beside them on the bed, not in the middle or in the spoon, but on the back end, is Nymeria, ass to groin with Basilic, who is ass to groin with Chief Keef.
Basilic is the little spoon. Yeah.
Chief Keef is in the fetal position, hugging his tail.
These are people that are
That
crying.
goblin ale.
That should have
I'll
let
let
you
you. I'll let you know.
I don't even know what happened or how we got to this.
As the
Question
remainder
two.
of you head into the
Yeah,
second
ask us
room with two beds, you see curled up on the second bed closest to the window, the body of the woman who hired you to perform tonight's clandestine activities. Not so
So she's
clandestine.
dead?
No, she's sleeping.
Oh, the body. I just.
We don't own copyrights.
By the way, Spjorf, you've spelled con wrong, therefore you're done. No, you're not
Just
done.
Imagine that dancing turtle is all. Damn dancing turtle.
Oh
That's what I was singing.
my God.
That's what I was singing, and you missed it.
Alright, so for those of you who are entering the room with the passed out, your passed out temporary employer, what are you doing? That is going to be,
Do I hear them in cars? This last hear them come
roll a wisdom check.
Educate him.
in. Like just a straight wisdom check?
Yes, you have the most experience out of all of us.
I probably don't.
Yeah, no, you are sleeping like a fucking, like you're sleeping like somebody who's sleeping with the fishes.
I'm like poking glue.
Sleeping like somebody
Oh,
with
yeah.
cement shoes.
I'm out.
You are out cold.
Just doing it.
It will be Chiron, Lena, and Aurora heading into the room with the passed out employer.
Do we have the paper? Which one of us has the paper?
Who found the papers?
They did up here in this room.
It was. Oh, Lena and Aurora found them.
Okay, so Lena.
So you guys have the papers on you.
Shake her away.
All right.
I'm gonna have them stand in front so she doesn't wake up to my dead dwarf guy.
As you shake her, she just like snores it like,
This bitch.
and just goes back to
Slap her.
roll to
That's
attack.
Jesus Christ.
With advantage, she's prone.
Yes. With advantage, she is prone. So roll to attack.
Oh my God. I only healed her 2
Please
points.
don't
Watch
kill
her kill her.
her. That would be bad. She's having good experience.
And Nick just says,
There's nothing to add. I think it's
You
just
roll
straight
again
roll.
and take the higher roll.
Yeah, roll again.
So roll twice, take higher roll for advantage.
Oh my God, that's higher.
Yeah, 15 hits. As you roll her over, you just fucking clock her across the side of the face. Her eyes immediately snap open. She's glaring at you. And as she goes to swing, she's just like and then the pain in her ribs, like she's like catches her and, she's like,
Arm.
and rolls over the side and she's like,
Try to
"Why'd you fucking slap
She
me?
wouldn't like. So did I slap the fuck out of her?
Holy shit!"
is that your Deborah?
Like, well,
No,
at least
it's
you're
not dead.
awake now.
Oh,
It's the
chick.
woman who hired you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
So tell her at least you're
So,
awake
son
now,
of a
and then
bitch.
show her the papers.
Okay, so she just she
You did.
like when you shove it in her face, she like kind of like reacts like, "What the fuck?"
much going
And then she's like, "Oh shit!" She grabs the paper and she looks at him,
So Whitaker's something.
and like that look of confusion on her face slowly dissipates. Hey guys, it slowly dissipates into a smile
What's happening? What's his face?
as she looks across the paper at you, and she's like, "You guys did a good fucking job." She's like, I assume that the warehouse has been cleared out as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything's
so.
there.
And did you find evidence besides this of their involvement? Deb's here! Hey, everybody!
Yeah, actually, put
Apron.
money on her. Sure.
Guys.
Did you guys steal me?
No.
No. Actually, did
Chat,
I?
let's get a couple
Unlike
clapping
you did to
emojis
her.
for Deborah.
Wow, Eric, why
She
why
survived
are
the
you bringing back
shift.
old ones?
There we go. Thank you, Spjorf.
Wait, I don't have to get my shit.
That's not bad.
Take your time.
Let's here. Actually, I'm gonna do this.
I wish I had bet money that Jim would show
Yes,
with their
you
cooking.
This
could
becomes a
only-
thing?
You should have.
I should have.
You could have made like 50 bucks.
I could have made a whole bunch of this.
Like, make
Everybody
sure you
loves. They're like
He's so good.
It's like, before I get in, it's like,
Alex, can you scoot down a little bit,
extra
maybe?
tilt.
Is that possible?
You want me to let you?
Your stuff
I don't mind
in stands.
Guys, is there any chance I could get a beer?
No.
There's a very good chance you could do that. Go ahead. Are there guys? Are there cups still on the table in there?
Spjorf is hurt.
Not only did I only get 5
Solid.
tables today, myself with 300. My last two were gypsies.
Hey,
Fuck
hey,
me.
hey! We can't be offensive on the internet.
We're streaming right now, young lady, and
Highly
we accept people of all
Everybody at this table
types.
puts down the thing that you just said. But yes, you may get a beer.
Is that a thing?
Go in the. It's okay. Go in the room. And
I swear
and
you
there's some should be some cups on the table. If they're not, they're gonna be upstairs.
Yeah, but this is kind of behind, right?
I get yeah.
But
Yeah, but it's not.
He's still kind of ahead of me. Oh my god. I think I'm a few seconds behind. Probably
That's
doesn't get what we're saying.
Today's episode brought to you by Cum.
What?
Hashtag Crimson Bugatti. Hashtag keep it red. Hashtag take stay forward first.
Keep it
What
red.
just happened?
No.
And then he walked away.
Jesus.
Eric, you misspec.
If it burns like shampoo when it hits you in the eye.
This is
That's
weird.
Brian Pallet, you may have a
I know, I'm down here, I look up, he's gone. I look up, he's different.
And then he just
This is like really
BRB.
I need a minute, guys.
Huh?
I just see me walking towards the place. Oh,
I told you.
what did I do?
Come on,
Go. What happened? I'm so confused. Shoot me.
Grab the wrong kind of juice.
Oh
Oh,
no!
wrong
You see the
dude.
way.
No way.
What?
Not tell you.
Only.
Everything.
That's not his last
That's
name.
not his name. Not his dress. Or anything.
Just I love when different addressed people with their title like Nina LN. Because that's what that was I called her. It was a Nina Helen. Nina. Because he's always, you know.
Everyone else who's drunk.
Yes, yes.
I want a beverage. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably more.
He wants you to fart in the cup. That's what I just cleaned.
That would probably taste better, actually. That would probably taste better.
Just. Ew.
Just a PPR.
Caca.
Oh no. Any interesting cars?
Huh?
Nobody grabbed the DM's cup. Ugh.
Damn.
Well, that bag there.
Or Eric's.
What I
There's
did.
like
Nothing. I mean,
curses and X's.
we went. Everyone's getting. Seth got everyone drinking. But not you. Or sorry.
Damn, Spjorf. That's heavy, my man.
What does Bjork say?
That's heavy. He goes, it's okay. Spjorf died inside a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's 10 years ago.
Bjork, bring that shit back
It's
up.
like me, man. We're brother.
Man.
I'm not even in the.
And I've known him for a long time, so he's probably not lying.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's telling the truth.
He's
We've
really honest right
we've
now.
all watched him dying
Yeah, and I
over the
came back
last 3 years.
an empty husk. I'm
We're
a
the
human
last
being. And I'm not even the same. Like,
You are.
am I? Well, my
I think
nose
so.
is.
Your nose like just part this.
Yeah, like just floating nose.
You're in there.
Am I out? No.
Like halfway.
I don't know, the guy's like holding the next thing.
By the way, gentlemen, we were
What? I don't get you, man. I'm sure.
I hope. Señor, you. Like,
Alpha Moria.
That was very nothing. Oh, you're welcome. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido. A la mesa. A nuestra mesa.
Carne asadas.
Dios mío.
Carnes asada.
Muy delicioso, especial.
Yo no carne asada.
Sweet joke.
Well, how does it
Six.
Six feet.
So, 21,
15.
11, 21.
Oh, no.
Right.
Sounds good.
The non-sponsored alcoholic beer.
Hey, wait, you're just presenting that out here? Oh,
Huh?
the non-sponsored.
Yeah, I brought it
that's
before in the
sparkling cider,
can.
yes.
Like, I didn't understand.
Oh, that's
It's
why
like-
they
This
just
I
never.
have no idea what happened.
Are you gonna sit over there? Or I think you have to sit on that side.
Well, they sold my spot, so
Did I miss? Did I miss
Take my
something too?
spot when I leave.
When do you leave?
Limited stamina.
Oh, in 10 minutes? Oh, 5 minutes. Can you put that on the bar behind you, please?
Apple juice.
All right.
What is this?
Apple juice. Apple juice.
Wait, where's mine?
Oh, that's probably not.
Has anybody seen Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you seen the trailer for the next movie of Wes Anderson? Yeah. It's coming on March 28th, I believe. Or 23rd.
I'm excited for this.
I don't know.
I
It's
have.
called something
Man,
like
it's
The
great.
Island of Dogs or something.
I have.
I like dogs.
It's been a while.
You watch Wes Anderson movies?
I mean, I don't really watch anyone specifically. I don't think I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I would.
It is.
It's one of his animated movies.
Eric had another spill, guys. He spilled his whole beer this time. Oh God! Oh God! This is Sheffield.
You know what? Like, I feel like when Deborah used to live with me, like, I would like come upstairs and Deborah would be watching that in like, the middle of the night. It's a beauty.
So guys, Basilic will be rejoining us shortly as he has spilled a copious amount of beer on both the serving table and the floor. So, all right. So she looks at the papers. She smiles. I believe I promised you a payment for this transaction. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I'm a little delirious from having lost so much blood earlier. I appreciate you allowing me to sleep in your quarters.
Yeah.
What was the agreed upon amount? Ian and Eric.
1 million bajillions.
Ian and Eric, what was the agreed upon amount?
300.
There's 300
That was it.
for the whole shebang.
Oh, no, 900. 900. It was 900 for the whole shebang.
Is it definitely not?
It was-
Those are one of the sets of speaker.
It was most definitely not.
Okay.
It was not long. But I took it because it's secret.
I spelled it with a Q, but I kind of want to change it to a CH. C-H-A-I-R.
What are you gonna do?
It's
So,
C-H-A-I-R.
Chiron.
Like this? Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, Shy-Gon.
Shy-Gon.
Okay. So,
Oh, my God.
she she leans back in the bed. She's like, I put on the suit 9.
She's short.
She just kind of looks at you. And she shakes her head. And she's like maybe I thought it was gonna die. She's like, here, and then she just hands you the entire coin purse that she pulls from her. This is all the gold I have.
Well, I don't know.
Is it 900?
Can we count it?
It is exactly 900.
It was not.
That's good. Like, that's why I did that snap the fuck out your face.
Yeah, it's about to be like
She has to roll for it. She has to roll for it.
She's like, Now, all I ask is that you allow me to finish sleeping here for the evening. And, well, in addition to that, I'll be giving you a letter of recommendation for my boss in Merkmeyer Cove. Or a letter of introduction, I should say. Pardon me.
How old is that girl? Get that shit.
Hey,
Oh!
Seth, we're on the internet.
And there's stuff videos while we're playing D&D.
No hentai, no hentai during the stream. I've
Hell
made
yeah,
that very
fucking-
clear many times. At least 8 times.
Got 6 moisturizers, calluses.
Yeah. But we're not talking about that on chat right now. God, stop getting personal with my life. Yeah, they're not gonna get very far. Anyways, so
If they didn't get anywhere with the Redskins,
Well, if they didn't get anywhere with the
Guys,
Patrick
guys,
flag,
guys,
I'm gonna get
focus, focus.
I think that Deneb is leaving, so we should maybe.
Oh, Deneb's leaving?
Yeah.
Chat, can we get a wave to Deneb to say goodbye? Bye.
Bye, man.
Remember, don't spam. Just hit it once, hit enter, hit it once, hit enter, hit it once, hit enter.
I come here specifically. I know.
And a round of applause as well.
Super serious podcast. Serious.
Bigger.
2 viewers.
oh, it's the way Eric closed out was like,
Actually, Ian, we have nothing.
No.
We were beating last week's rank
Where's he now?
by 1. Yeah.
So what's the record?
It was 8. It is now 9.
Person's watching.
Oh, viewers.
Yeah, we have 9 viewers.
do I count as viewers?
Thank you for joining us this evening, everybody.
Yeah, 2 week count.
Yeah,
So
so
that
we
makes
count.
2.
That's it. Some of the parts, so I'm not.
All right. So at that, the mysterious elven woman, or half-elven woman, rolls over in the bed, and almost immediately returns to sleep.
I did not see you here, so you were picking dice.
The bastard wake up in the middle of the night.
So.
As the as the morning breaks, you all complete a long rest in one way or another.
Nice!
Yay!
However, Basilic, Chief Keef, and actually no, just Basilic and Chief Keef.
Alright.
As you wake, your bloodshot eyes barely opening to glimpse the cloudy world in front of you. Your heads begin to pound. You feel very lightheaded. Your stomachs churn as you attempt to raise your head and then realize that was a terrible goddamn decision as they immediately fall back and hit the pillow beneath you.
Why would you say that? I know.
Basilic and Chief Keef
And she
have both suffered exhaustion. A single point of exhaustion as you are hungover as motherfuckers.
I don't know.
It means that until you take another long rest, you both have disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh no!
But not attack.
But not attack rules. By the way, this pumpkin apple juice is delicious, dude.
Pumpkin.
white people.
Yeah, you want to smell my apple juice?
Yeah,
it's
differently in my head.
Asshole juice?
Do you want to smell my?
It smells
My
pumpkin, right?
Pumpkin is just smells like
Nothing.
something.
Roasted marijuana.
I didn't say
What?
marijuana. That was a big lump.
Oh, you mean my horn, my beautiful, beautiful
Can I-
horn.
can I taste it?
Beautiful,
You may.
Oh no. Ew.
Ooh, okay, I can see it.
But can you taste it?
But can you taste it? Okay.
That's better than pumpkin
So-
spice lattes.
I know.
As you all rise You find those of you who slept in the room with your contact. She is already awoken and no longer in the room with you. She's already woken. She's already woken and no longer.
Okay. So that bitch is
Knox,
gone now.
you slept in the room with the hungover people.
So I didn't wake up.
With
So
Chiron.
me and me and
It's only Chiron, Lena, and Aurora in the room that were sleeping in the other.
so what should we do? So
Basilisk wakes up. Hungover.
Yes.
And I go down. Wait, that other chick is awake. Is
Do we
she in
still
my
have her
room or
in
in
my
the other room?
No, you have just awoken, hungover as fuck, in your bedroom, not really understanding what happened last night.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Blackout.
So I wake
You're
up.
browned out.
Do I see a
have a-
random?
You have a brownout.
Brown.
Brown noise.
It's not a blackout. Like you remember bits and pieces, but you don't remember everything.
But do I see a random chick in my room?
There's no random chick in your
Okay,
room.
cool. So I wake up and I'm
As
like,
you wake up, you find
all
you
shut.
feel
random chick.
you feel the paw of Nymeria stretched across your ribs,
Never had
as your arm is stretched across the shoulders of Chief
I would.
Keef.
and I'm
His
just
musky lizard smell
delicious.
digging at your nostrils,
And I'm
which is
gonna,
gross because you're hungover and you feel even sicker from smelling that.
I feel nasty and I'm gonna go down to the bar and I'm gonna ask for some breakfast.
As you make your way
All
down
the
the
bitterness
steps
and
and approach the bar, you see a half-elf woman sitting at the bar, looking at you. You approach the bar and throw your elbows down. You're just like, Barky, I want a breakfast.
Bring me
The
what?
barkeep approaches.
Bring me anything.
Aye.
She's like a dead
What kind of breakfast do you want? We have options here.
What do you got?
It's
What do you got?
Scottish, actually.
What do you got? What do you got?
We've got eggs, we've got bacon, we've got ground beef,
like gravy.
we've got bread,
I'll take.
we've got sausage,
No gravy.
No
sausage and gravy.
I'll
That
have,
video had enough lemon.
I'll have some eggs and some toast and a nail.
That'll be
And a
5
point?
silver pieces for the lot,
Can I
please.
get a point?
And I give him a shit. No, you're really bad.
Just from the
I
bed.
give it to him and I'm like, thank you.
What's happening?
Hey, and then I look over to the half-hour chick. Did I notice that she was like staring at me?
Yeah, I mean, you like came down the stairs and you saw like somebody sitting at the bar like looking at you.
Okay, and then I'll look over at her and be like, if I did anything yesterday, I apologize. I
She
don't
just
know.
kind of turns to you and she's like, you didn't really do anything all that bad. But you did, your friends did murder a warehouse full of innocent warehouse workers.
We're streaming. So, did she elaborate on the innocent, or was it like? Can I tell?
She said your friends, guys. She said your friends did murder a warehouse full of innocent warehouse workers.
Whoa.
So I look her dead in the face and I go, probably have.
Yo, that's exactly what
swear
Spork
this
just
man-
said.
This man.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I'm
Yo.
really confused.
Yo!
He's
Yo!
a future teller.
Fortune teller.
Right, whatever.
He's psychic.
Guys, English is not his first language. Okay?
He's clairvoyant. Alright.
But that's what
She
it
like
is.
laughed. She's like, you're right, they really did.
And I just take a sip out of my waiting for my breakfast.
All these people were innocent.
And kind of give her like a cheers and then speak to myself from there. Waiting for everybody else to wake up.
Yeah.
I want a puppy.
As
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
Dick!
I'm looking at my fingernails.
as you
Just one of them.
Yes, this one.
Just
as your breakfast comes out and you begin just shoveling that shit down, the half-elf woman stands up and walks over to you. And she just looks you up and down. She's like, "Can you give something to your friends for me?"
I have food in my mouth. So I'm like,
She just kind of smiles. She pulls a scroll out of her inner pocket and hands it to you.
I'll make sure they get it.
She's
Tuck
like,
it away.
Puts it in his paper.
"I'll be seeing you around."
Ooh.
And at that point, she turns and heads out the double doors, out into the world. It is late. It is at this point that a few minutes pass before the remainder of your party filters down into the lower portions of the tavern.
For the record, I don't tell them anything about whatever she
Okay. What are you guys doing when you get down there?
I guess I'll probably eat too.
Except you and Chief, so you guys know.
So
Actually, he's not here, so. I want sausage and eggs.
okay. Everything. If you want, basically a full breakfast is 5 silver. So if you want to get breakfast, go ahead and mark 5 silver off.
How do I do that?
If I have gold,
You can input.
Yes. So the way it breaks down is it's 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold,
Muy bueno.
10
copper.
gold to a
What is
platinum.
EP?
EP is Electrum. It's basically like a 50-cent piece.
Because Electrum came before gold.
10 copper.
You don't have
1
to.
silver.
I mean, but you do
10
technically
pesos.
need to eat at some point during
It's
the
just
day.
the soda.
So if you want to get breakfast, you should probably. If you
So-
want to eat during the day,
okay,
you probably.
so-
Well,
10
man,
copper
you
is
just fought
1
at
silver.
home.
Yeah, it's 10 copper to a silver,
gotta
10
follow
silver to a
All
gold,
4 pounds will go
10
to-
gold to a platinum,
That's
and then
what
in
we
between it's 5 silver to an electrum and 2 electrum
He's
to
really
a
good.
gold.
He's good, take that.
How
So
much
don't worry about
silver
EP. Don't worry about EP.
How much silver is breakfast for me?
It's 5 silver.
Breakfast?
Right.
Okay. So now
You buy a prostitute a breakfast for me?
I gold pizza.
Yeah,
Buy
but
a
nothing. You just drink your coffee. Black
Thank
coffee.
you, Sue.
Alright, what do I mark?
We just have to breakfast.
Maybe a Giallo.
A mocha ice latte.
Okay.
Please.
You have almond milk.
Cheyenne.
They didn't even show you by price.
You guys have
Like
trivia.
nipples
Gluten
getting
free.
I can't have
Can I get a
sugar.
quick
It
double
just
leche?
it hurts.
Yeah. Damn. I'm okay.
What?
All right, guys. So it is now time to decide what you're going to do with your day. Remember that you were informed by Erdan Tirash that you had you had 2 days to yourself before the armies were heading out, and you were going to be given your new assignment.
Is this
Always
this is
sleep
the
so
second
hard.
This is the second day.
Yeah, I started that way.
That's so lost.
I say that to everybody to remind them.
I give you dice.
And I'm
You
like,
took it
hey,
from me.
hey guys, listen. Erdan wants to see us today, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys fucking care.
I'm gonna go back because I'm like a
Well, so we haven't met you, and I just met
don't
Uthor, so I'm gonna look at Uthor and be like, hey, you, fucking tall, bald guy.
the tattoos
Excuse me?
everywhere. This is my hair in game.
You don't have hair as a Goliath. Goliaths are bald with face tattoos. What? Yes.
Not a very productive conversation.
Fucking
Told you
yes.
more than the people.
You heard it here, folks. It's canon. Uthor, Stone Crusher Dashikanu, wears a beautiful flowing wig.
That changes my whole perception.
The fact that he just said it's canon.
What a wig.
He's wearing
Fucking
a red. Shouldn't he be
winning.
written in his
Oh my god.
Okay. So I look at this guy. I was like,
It probably should be written.
Dude, I'm supposed to be bald.
Yeah.
I want to write that down somewhere. In
You gotta write that in there.
By the way. I'll tell you in a second.
but I look over at him like, oi.
trouble.
No. I was gonna ask you a question, but I don't want to ask you like.
Wish I should have given him some Spanish accent.
Okay, so
I look at Uthor and I'm like, who the fuck? Looking at the guy who's probably like a little bit taller than I am. He might be tall. I
A
don't
little
know how
bit? A
tall he is.
lot of it, dude.
Yeah.
He's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm like 6'2" right now. So.
He's like a building.
With a wig
I'm
on.
not growing anymore.
Senor.
Senor.
Wait, how tall is he?
Okay.
Oh, about 7'1". See, that's proper.
Alright,
that's
Okay,
proper.
as
So I
you
look-
guys discuss things amongst yourselves,
Oh, secrets.
yeah, I gotta give,
Use the force.
I gotta do some in-game secrets to Deborah.
There's something I want to talk to you about, actually.
Oh, there we go. 2 and 1, guys.
In the meantime, we're gonna do
Alright.
some nonsense amongst ourselves. So we're all, except for you, because you're not there.
I mean,
One day soon, come out
Stash
there.
or
Like,
hopefully very funny too. But anyways,
I mean, not today. I've been here for 6 hours.
Sure. Good.
You made it clear.
Yeah.
you know what I think?
What if
I
it
didn't-
comes
I
over
didn't-
that breath?
I didn't get to finish cleaning up the beers. I ran out of
Come
paper
on, let's
towels.
go. Let's go do it.
There's no paper towels. Well, use your socks.
Use
Use
toilet.
your tongue.
I used
No,
tissues.
wait. Oh my God.
No.
Jesus, that was impressive.
I wanted to see if I could do it. Guess what?
We'll be back. It's live
Hey,
stream.
You could do more, like way more than you intended. Not for real.
Really?
Like I'm not gonna come in.
You probably will.
Well, like I'm almost like falling asleep. The music's fine. It's like,
Well, yeah.
so at this point, like I'm just chilling.
I mean, I'm sure he'll bring you in.
So you better not because I'm tired.
Why didn't we bring you in and then maybe go see you again? And then next time you will be a part of the story.
Boy, you tall boy right there with that nice hair.
Why can't I just have hair?
Because you are a giant.
What if I want to fucking have hair?
Well, then you're wearing a
You
wig.
can. You wear a wig. That's
All right, whatever.
You're wearing a wig. It's a wig.
I have a wig, it's fine.
You
Boy,
wear-
Jack
I
Sparrow, who the
even
fuck
said,
are you?
I even said, don't worry
You wear
about
a
it.
tiger hair.
It's there.
Who the fuck are you?
You're very
Stand up.
Alright, so we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was like standing up in Uthor's face. I'm like, man,
I love
Yeah.
your hair.
you have a name?
Oh, what happened to my shit here?
I told him to live over someone to be next door.
Or you just gonna stick around and bang it?
Sorry.
Good for you there, buddy. Buddy, pull it off.
I had very powerful lunch though. I blew half the character.
I need a ping
Guys.
pong ball.
Guys,
Eric, give me a ping pong ball, please. Signed.
if, when other people are doing in-game stuff, please try to avoid talking. Unless you wish to do a magic trick, in which case that was totally dope.
The funny part is that
One more time,
Uther
one more
said
time.
he was watching that the
One more
whole
time.
time.
Alright, so,
Because he ignored the chef.
okay, so you guys are not,
So he's asking me who I am.
Yeah, I asked him for his name. He just said he was like, I just.
I just.
you were hired by
Kind of
Erdan, I
ignored it.
believe.
I just kind of ignored it.
Okay.
So I look over at Knox and I'm like, you know who this clown is.
Do I was.
Yeah, you were brought in with him. He is
Oh.
as far as you know, he's like a
I was,
roguish
I
and
was there before him too.
yeah. But you were brought in like with him. Or you came in with him, right?
I came in with him, but I was a part of the
Because
whole
you
thing
had
with
missed the week
Alphonsus.
before.
Yeah.
You had missed the week before, and so you came in when Erdan. Okay, yeah. So Erdan introduced Uthor to you guys. He also he said he was
Wait, he introduced him to. Because I remember that one time I was captured separated from everybody else.
yeah. After the battle, you were introduced.
I was already introduced.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
that
never
was-
talked to him. Everybody else talked to him, but you didn't.
I came into this situation with him.
So like, all right. So in game, like, I have no idea who he is yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
like so I'm just kind of waiting. That's so then I looked at Knox because he's my closest
Guys.
compatriot.
Got Deb.
So like that's why I looked over at like Knox at this point. I'm like, do you know who this Joker is? So I'm like, I have no idea.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
If they know, then someone.
Yeah. So
please.
Knox, what
I know.
or Knox or Chiron, whoever wants to answer.
I so he was brought in by Erdan. I don't really know anything about him though.
No,
I
he
just
was.
know that Erdan sent me to the thing with the warehouse.
So
with him.
is he cool? Sorry, I'm blinking here.
It's alright, he didn't talk to me very much when we walked over. He just kind of walked silently. He seems like the strong, silent type.
I like it.
Do you want me to? I can put on the Israeli accent if you want. Yes, please.
Oh my god, Chiron in an Israeli accent. That would
I
be.
can speak an Israeli accent.
That would be sexy.
I can speak an Israeli accent if you want to.
That would be
If you want to, dude,
It's okay.
I would
if you
agree
want to
with
do
that.
Chiron, if you feel comfortable doing Chiron in an Israeli
I
accent.
feel very comfortable like this.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
I haven't even
Yo.
had
Look
my
at that
foot
so
yet, right?
hard.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is fucking dope.
That's pretty.
Alright.
Pretty excellent.
Alright.
I fuck with that.
Guys, it's canon now. Chiron has an Israeli accent.
These
Je.
Wow.
Okay, so you told
Why
me.
is
So I'm gonna assume he told me that like
Shit.
well not one beer, everything that you just told me. I'm like
Yeah.
I give Uthor a look up and down like guess what?
It's very good. I can't because I'll start laughing every time because I'll think I'm like, I'm Zohan.
Dude, no, come on. You gotta do Zohan every time.
It's very good, very good.
Maybe not
Put
that.
it in the
Maybe not that much of a Zohan.
sleep. It's like the
Sleep in your own pooper.
I'm just waiting for the day that he drops like a word on us that we don't understand. And I'm like,
I know, it's actually kind of hard, like, there have been a couple, like, already I've almost switched into Hebrew.
alright. Alright, that's it. That's all I got. So
Alright.
somebody else take points.
So-
I'm hungover.
So we should go to,
But yeah,
to the
her dad. I'm heading to her dad.
Or
I'm just
we're
like,
done.
I'm hungover and I'm just like, oh, I feel like shit. Let's go. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what everybody is.
I'm gonna follow him because
Okay.
I'm
As you're all following him. As you continue heading out of the wait, did we decide on Tomas's character name by the way?
Rogar.
Rogar, yes.
Rogar.
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 Roger.
Roger.
It's okay. You just tell me.
Roger.
Roger.
You can be wrong. You can totally give him that.
Roger the Dragonborn.
It's Tommaso.
So, as you
Tie,
guys,
y'all.
as you make your way down the main street, heading outside of town, you begin making your way through the encampment of Lord Hexeldross's troops, following familiar pathways as you find yourself standing outside of Erdan Tirash's tent. And it's always astonishing to you, having been inside, how small it is on the outside as it just sits there in purple and gold, almost looking like a tent fit for merely a single individual to stand in. And as you pass through the doors, or through the flaps inside, you find yourself standing within a massive single room decked out with a laboratory in the back, as well as a library and lounge to the front. You see the familiar sight, or the familiar face of Erdan Tirash as he sits behind his desk in the library, his eyes raised from a book. A smile creeps across the corners of his face. Friends! You're back! How were your 2 days on leave within Hillfjord? I saw that.
Nice.
I wish I could tell you.
Wonderful. Regardless of this fact, I have a task for you, directly from Lord Hex himself. Your next assignment will be to travel down to the southern port of Merkmire Cove.
I figured this out.
For Merkmire Cove. Merkmire is one word, M-I-R-K, M-I-R-E, and then Cove.
Just like
Merkmire
Cove
Cove.
without the L.
We could. I mean, it's good to write down notes.
I'm just a nerd.
It's always good to keep notes.
It's very important, especially
Should
when
we
you
get
go
down
one
to
way.
house videos? I mean, seriously. You're Sam.
I'd like everybody to roll a history check.
A history check?
Hurry your ass up!
I got a nest money.
Nat 20 on the history check from Chiron himself.
I'm proficient in history, so it's actually not bad.
Ooh, shit. 25.
So you roll a d20, the big die.
Yep.
And on the character sheet, there's going to be it's next to the stats. It's the big rectangle next to the stats. In one of them it says history. So if you have a value that's there, you can add it to your sheet.
Okay, who rolled over a 15?
Nat 20.
Randall and Basley.
That's, yo, chat, we just got deuce nat 20s on the history checks. I want to see deuce Doritos. Get it.
We did it.
Get the deuce, 2 Doritos for a natural 20.
You gotta say that though.
There we go.
Yes.
That one!
Is it really?
That's a nat, who was he controlling?
Rick. You used to be so good.
Yeah, Rick does not know what the fuck Murkmire Cove is. He doesn't even know.
Oh!
However, for everybody else, by the way, I would like Chiron
Fine, I got 20.
and Basilic. I'm sorry. I'd like Chiron and Uthor to roll a perception check. For those of you who rolled over a 10, you are fully aware that Murkmire Cove is in fact the center of civilization on the southeastern. For what?
Perception?
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. You guys are fully aware that that Murkmire Cove is the center of civilization for the southeastern portion of Verathis. It's a high-walled city with an expansive port run entirely by pirate lords, run exclusively by a pirate king who works in conjunction with a trade guild that oversees trade through pretty much all of the South Seas outside of Verathis. What did Chiron and Uthor roll for perception checks? 13 from Chiron and a 16 from Uthor. Uthor, you almost immediately take note of an individual lounging amongst the pillows in the lounge area just to the inside of the door. You didn't really notice him at first, as he was just sort of buried in the pillows, living or trying to live as much of a luxurious life as possible. He's a scaled individual, red in nature. You see him sort of every now and then he ticks his finger forward. A small bolt of fire pops off of it in the back of the room. He's got a goblet of wine to his side, and there's a skeleton there. A skeleton bejeweled on the entirety of its skull in rubies, gems, and emeralds of different types. Gold inlay along the ridges. And that skeleton is holding a tray full of full wine goblets and empty wine goblets. You watch the Dragonborn drain a glass of wine as he reaches over and places it on the tray, grabbing another as he sips it, staring at the lot of you. Erdan looks up and watches your eyes and turns to the corner of the room. See, my friend Dashikanu. It appears you've taken note of our new recruit. Uthor's talking to you. You just grunt and you say he's good? He's good indeed. He will be accompanying you on your mission south. He's somewhat familiar with the territory, and you'll be an excellent guide for the things to come. And he points his hand over, says, Rogar,
Cilantro.
What's his last name? Cilantro.
Rogar Cilantro. Can we get some Doritos from chat for Rogar Cilantro?
No. No.
Golf clap, everybody. Golf clap, everybody, for Rogar Cilantro.
Cilantro.
And if we can get a couple claps in chat, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Jesus.
So,
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
as he says, would you be so kind as to join us, Rogar? You stand up and you're like, Cilantro. He's like, what? He's like, it's Rogar Cilantro. As you stride over and introduce yourself to the group, Rogar.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Give us a second.
The what? Oh, well, it's free.
You can do it any place you want.
Any voice.
I don't know really voice.
Okay, that's
I really have a voice.
Alright, that's cool.
Yeah, do your voice. Just speak normally as Rogar Cilantro.
I think he
I am
more
Rogar's
than
son.
He's a telepath.
There you go.
So, Rogar,
What?
introduce yourself to the group.
I
look at it. So, since I'm still kind of hungover, I'm gonna say I'm just a little bit drunk, and I'm gonna look at him and be like, so you mean to tell me your last name is Cilantro? Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go. I like it. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi,
My name is Ian.
my name is Ian.
Yeah.
Alright, no more memes, guys. Focus. As Rogar Cilantro approaches, he's very confident, and then he just sort of stands there with his hands on his hips, with a goblet in his hand, just like, hey.
Hi.
And
When
then
I
you
did,
look
you
at
did,
it,
we
you're like, say your last name. It's like, it's cilantro.
You know
The what?
You say, it's cilantro. Hi.
What's your last? Say your last name, he said.
Cilantro.
No, I'm recapping. And they all, and everybody, and like, and Urian's just kind of like, yeah. So, anyway, Lord Cilantro will be joining you on your quest.
Lord Cilantro. Lord
Está bien.
Cilantro.
Pero cállate. Cilantro no. Cilantro.
Cilantro.
You're mispronouncing my last name.
This dragon is just gonna be Spanish. Yo puedo
Sí.
hablar en español.
So,
En accent.
Urian, it is like, yeah, anyway. So, you all are going to be heading to the slums of Murkmire, to an inn known as the Ravaged Lady.
Yeah. Right.
There you will find a contact of ours, who you all are very familiar with. Those of you who have been with us for the longest amounts of time.
Who is it? I'll ask her.
Who
is it?
You're an asshole.
His name is Bob.
That's an asshole. Yeah. This poor bird's face. I knew it was gonna happen.
Anyways, guys. Like we at this point the army will be breaking camp and heading back north to Broadview. But you all will be heading south with a caravan that you have been hired on as guards for.
Oh, shit.
I don't expect much issue. The roads between here and Murkmire are rather well policed, as the trade guilds hold a pretty tight grip on the region. And especially considering that they have the backing of the pirate lords and the pirate king. Not many people have the gall to make attempts on caravans through here.
What was it? What was his name again?
Can we listen to Lauren again?
You haven't known, but his name's Hackle.
And at that point, he sort of holds his hands out towards the door, and he's like, "Now you all have a job to do. I expect you to do it to the best of your ability, as we have come to expect from your group."
Well, back will before I leave. Quick question.
My name is Erdan Tirash.
Right. Lord,
Get it through your fucking head.
I've had a bit of a long 48 hours. I apologize. But when we land in Merkmire, when we look for our contact, should we be a bit more cautious of how we look for him as opposed to our recklessness here in Hillfield? If you,
I'm glad you asked that question, because you absolutely will be needing to be more discreet. Unfortunately, Lord Hex is not too well appreciated within the city of Merkmire.
you can't.
That's kind of sexy.
Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I have to check something really quick. Tis urgent. The trade baron. Guys, the trade baron, Bolsa, has placed a ban on any trade north of Hillfjord with Lord Hex.
Yeah, that's why.
He believes that his rule in the region represents a destabilization of Merkmirian interests, as Lord Hex's ousting of Jarrett Hill and his claiming of Hillfjord as his seat of power was not within the interests of the Trade Guild, according to Trade Baron Bells. So, while you are within the city walls, you will not be letting on to any of your allegiances, merely to yourselves and the group around you. Vakul will be your contact within the city, and any missions you will receive are going to be directly from Vakul.
From now on, this group will be known as the Stroking Ones.
What?
I'm calling it right now. I'm fucking sticking with it.
The serious idiot we will be
Hashtag
doing
the Stroking Ones.
is just stroking one.
Are you the leader?
I'm
No.
the only one who ever talks.
I
What
feel
are we?
like we should
I mean, hey,
What are we?
we're the Stroking Ones.
Oh,
The Stroken ones?
Nobody else ever speaks up. I'm always RPing.
As Erdan just
survives.
kind of like he's like the Stroken ones.
And then I'll go, listen, I'm a little hungover. If anybody has a better idea, I mean, just say it.
He kind of walks up, as soon as you say you're a little hungover, he's got his hand on your face, like, immediately. It's, like, fucking, like, immediate. And he's just, like, he's got your eye pulled down, he's, like, looking in your eyes and stuff, and he's like, "Oh no, you're very hungover. Please refrain from opening your mouth into this tent any longer.
stroking ones.
I will be speaking to the rest of you. You won't be stroking anything else while you're in this tent."
I love Jerry.
Never mind.
See.
Oh,
So,
The
Thursday.
Vakul. V-A-Q-U-I-L. Vakul.
Last
So,
name
and you
L.
said, okay. You said the Bakul is not like the kind of Oh my god. By the pilot.
That just got it.
Okay, listen. I don't normally use this accent.
Lord
In
Hex
English.
isn't liked by the pirates.
Who is Lord Hex? Is that not the best thing?
Lord Hex is your employer.
I'm good.
He's my employer. He's everybody's employer. You work directly for me, but I work alongside Lord Hex. Bogwill is Lord Hex's retainer. That means he's his direct contact in the field. So your missions will be arriving directly from Lord Hex to Bogwill.
So he's underground.
He is underground, yes.
How was he?
Why?
He will meet you at the Ravaged Lady.
Ravaged
I've
lady.
got it.
But who?
I only
should
go
they
there with
ask
my raping
from?
shoes on.
You got shoes of raping. Shoes of rape.
You get in there, you order yourself some drinks,
This is like
and you wait around.
everything.
He'll come and find you, trust me. And it is at this point he holds his hand towards the door. He's like, I assume there are no more questions about your
Can you
mission.
teleport us to the?
Unfortunately, no.
Vagina, you should do that.
I know I can do that. I could very much do that. Unfortunately, due to the nature of your clandestine entering within the city, we do not have a teleportation circle established, nor is it possible for me to get you any closer without being noticed. And that is why we have you working, or posing as caravan guards, so that you can go enter the city unnoticed, as many caravans head down this road from the north. You won't need disguises. At this point, nobody really knows who you are. Nobody of import anyway in the city. Merkmeyer tends to stay to its own. They send very few up to Hillfjord unless it's really necessary. And it is at this point he once again holds his hand towards the door, and he's like, "Nope. I've tried to politely ask you to leave, but
I'm already outside.
seriously, just get the fuck out at this point."
I'm already outside.
You all head out. You all head out the flap. And as you proceed outside, you see that most of the camp at this point has been broken down, and you see large swaths of soldiers on the march, heading northeast towards the road to Broadview.
I start heading south. Or no, can I look for like any kind of caravan, or is that it's like back in
It's in the southern portion of Hillfjord. It's like on the south gate. You'll find the caravan.
Okay. Do I already know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I say.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
don't think I told you, but yeah, you guys.
Okay, that's
We
where
would have told you that.
That's where I'm
I guess. And I'm gonna go also.
Yeah.
I work there.
So you all proceed
Let's go cilantro.
I'm gonna leave.
down the road into town, and you immediately get onto the main road, proceed southwest, past the Groggy Goblin, across the long bridge spanning the river, or the wide bridge spanning the river. Okay. No problem. And you find yourselves sitting at the southern gate.
So it was slow down. In the name.
Guys, stop. As you walk up, there's a small gnome standing atop a wagon. He's sort of jumping up and down, waving his arms, looking at you. He's like, "Hey guys, come over here." He's like, "Yeah, all of you, I need you over here real quick right now."
Sounds like not.
Demons.
Hey,
you.
Alright, I walk over. I look at the little gnome.
You were the guards that we hired through the service, right?
Service food. Service food.
The dog rental service in Hillfjord, you dingus!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was us.
Merkmar.
We hired to interview, right?
Merkmar, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that's us. That's us.
Alright. Alright, well, get your asses in here.
Yeah, let's go.
Just position yourselves around the way. I don't know. I shouldn't be telling you how to do your jobs.
Listen, no. You yap a lot. Can we get going? Let's go. We got it.
I'm gonna go in the wagon and sit down.
I'm taking.
Alright,
I'm
Chiron
covering the six.
sits into the wagon.
I'm
I'm
covering
over
the
six,
6.
guys. I'm not big up.
6 is short.
You all
6 is short.
station yourselves around the wagon.
Oh wow.
Around the wagon.
Around the wagon.
Chiron sitting in the back,
I take the
I'm
three.
studying myself.
studying his spell book. Roll a Constitution check.
Me?
That's the trio.
Oh, I thought you were being.
Roll
Cardinal check.
10. Yeah, you managed
Is this
to
sin?
be pretty good at reading while on the move and avoid getting nausea while rocking in the back of the wagon, attempting to read from your book.
Roll it, Aardvark.
However, you all proceed south. About a half a day's ride down, you begin noticing on the horizon what once was the small peak of a far-off mountain is now directly overhead. As you proceed further south along the road, eventually the shadow of the mountain casts a dark, deep shadow across the road. And as you look further down, you see glinting across the horizon the sea, its waves rolling on beaches. And as you crest the final hill of the road, you see where the coast meets the beach. A large walled city set at the center of a large bay, arcing off to the sides in an almost pincer-like formation. You hear the gnome working as the caravan leader squeak forth, Merkmeyer Cove! Isn't it a beautiful sight? It's certainly a welcome sight to these sore eyes.
You from here?
I'm from around most places. I've lived in Hillfjord, I've lived in Merkmeyer. I live where the caravans take me.
Interesting. I've never been.
I've never been here.
You'll love it. It's great. Do you guys like hookers?
Who doesn't?
Jeez.
A dragon after my own heart.
Dragon.
There's hookers everywhere down here. He looks over at Lena and Aurora and he's like, even men ones too.
Did we get this?
Feminine.
We didn't get this.
He didn't get it.
No. No disrespect. I just never caught the
My name's Jarek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
name. Jared.
Yeah.
Sounds
I will not lie,
like
my friend. I'm supposed to meet a friend, if you know what I mean, over at
A prostitute?
At the Ravaged
exactly what
Lady.
that sounded.
Well, if you're going to the Ravaged Lady, you're definitely meeting a prostitute.
Exactly. I tried to be sweet. Thanks.
What the?
Why do it? There's just Merkmeyer Cove. There's no real need for discretion here. Everybody fucks prostitutes.
How many diseases
No,
have we done in
it's
this city?
There's at least 7 that I know of.
Would you mind pointing me in the right direction?
I mean, it's in the slums. We gotta park the caravan and then I'll do it first. We're still like 3 miles out.
Oh yeah, whenever we get there. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I do that a lot.
Keep it in your pants will work.
I can't help it. I'm premature, if you know what I'm saying.
Fucking gross. And at that point, he starts whipping the horses, and he tries to, as he tries to get the caravan like away from you.
Just, you gotta be in character and just enjoy it. So, roll with the punches here.
So, The next 3 miles passes without incident as you approach the walls, and what you didn't really notice from far away is just the sheer size of the walls themselves. They are fucking massive. And built around the outside of the walls is a large moat. And so the only way inside of the city that along this road that you're taking is a large double drawbridge. Yes, do you have a question? Oh, no, okay. You're scratching our problems. So, as you pass through the gargantuan archway marking the entrance to the city, you see 2 massive twin towers sitting astride the entranceway, one larger than the other, just by a bit. And it's at this point, as you pass through the gateway, you notice the sheer amount of people working its way in and out of the city. As the space between you and other caravans becomes constricted, and there are multitudes of individuals moving past you and towards and inside the city, both inside the city and out, as they head to various places of interest north in an attempt to eke as much income out of the city as possible. You proceed further, and you find that as you pass through the threshold of the gate, you sit on a small incline that begins declining as you head in, and as you sit on that apex, you look down and notice that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of stalls positioned in various points around, stalls for caravans. And sitting in the center of the city is a large stone plateau rising 200 feet above the city itself. Surrounding that plateau is water making its way around. As you see, there are canals separating the many districts of the city. You proceed down into the city proper, and as you do, you just are hit with the sheer scope of what's in front of you. You haven't been to a place this large in your entire lives. The caravan parks. The gnome stands atop the wagon and salutes. He's like, "Thanks for your help, guys. You're gonna get paid through the guard organization. That's what was agreed upon." And he sort of stands up and he's like, "Oh, you had a question about the average lady." And he turns and he's like, "It's gonna be the next district over, across the bridges." And he's like, "Have a good one, guys."
Hey,
And he goes over and he goes to
Jared,
close.
Jared.
Yeah, what's up?
What is I mean, not to say, but what's
Yeah.
you know, it's just reasonable establishment or like, you know, rough and tumble kind of crowd.
It's in the middle of the slums, so however you want to interpret that is up to you, man. I don't really like to make social commentary.
All right.
And at that, he slams the door in your face.
I fucking like that guy.
Wait, that was what it was?
Yeah, it's in the slums, and you said the slums is the next district over.
I'm already heading that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go there.
By the way, are any of you urchins?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Actually, spiny
Urchins.
fish.
It's your background.
Hey, Aladdin.
Wait, Knox, you're from Murkmire, right? Here's a map of the city of Murkmire.
You're from Murkmire?
Have you ever seen the city of
Akko?
Akko. Well, whatever. In English,
Was-
it's spelled ACRA.
Oh yeah.
It's weird.
I know it from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but it's Akko. That's how you say it. AKK.
Akko.
I know
Dope,
all.
dude. Let's get that up for the chat.
It's really pretty.
I guess
a
leave
quick-
now. But it was good having him.
Gotta have my bedtime.
Bye, Alec.
Hey,
Thanks for
man.
joining us,
Long-
guys. Can we get a wave in chat for
long,
Alec?
long drive ahead.
Don't do that.
Good to see you, man.
Is it a wave, dude?
No, the chat. Tomas, I want you to hold this in front of the camera, and I'll tell you if you're getting too close, too far away, or whatever.
I've seen it above.
Get it real close to the camera.
That's pretty fucking
Not
dope.
that much.
Tilt.
There you go.
I drew that, yeah. Scoot it up. Scoot it up towards the camera.
Wait.
No, like towards it. There you go. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Get real. Tilt it. Tilt like the down. Yeah, there you go. No. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. So currently, they have entered that district on the left, and the slums are that district on the very bottom. That's filled in. All right, get it out of there. Get it out of there. They can't look at it anymore.
I can.
You're not from Mertzmeyer. You don't know what it looks
Give
like.
me 5 gold.
Sold.
Tomas, do you know how much
Add-
gold
add-
Tomas has, by the way, everybody?
No.
Tomas has a fuck ton of gold.
Why?
Because he picked the royal.
Oh, I'm noble too. That's
okay.
a lot of gold too.
So,
Tomas has like
That's actually better.
200.
as you begin,
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
I gave it a glance over, but I can see the details kind of.
Spjorf, we've told you it once, we're going to tell you 1,000 times. Do like 2 symbols and hit enter, and then do 2 symbols and hit enter. We can't spam, but you can certainly hit emoji and enter a couple times. We're going to change the no spamming rules soon, hopefully. This is our only 2nd episode, so we're doing our best
We're trying.
for you.
Bachelor will always be.
So, by the way, guys, we're up to 13. As you proceed through the caravan district, it was an ellipses and it just 3 dots, just 3 periods, and it wouldn't let you do that. If that is the case, yeah, no, we'll fix it. Our Twitch tech is not here today, so hopefully by next week we'll have that fixed out for you guys. I need Uthor to roll a perception check. And I'd also like Lord Cilantro to roll a perception check. 18?
So you need to roll a d20, Tomas.
Yeah, so Tomas, you're gonna roll a d20 and compare it against, or and,
Where's this?
Oh, right here.
Yeah. And then add your perception beliefs.
Here, Tomas.
yes,
It's right here.
Where?
I'm gonna get you guys.
So a plus a number. With
Yeah.
so
You
8.
want what?
4
I
plus
feel
1.
bad because I think I should
One.
shop at the last
Yeah,
minute.
8.
But it's
You got 8.
So now 11%.
8.
This time.
Uthor, you feel a tug on your belt, and as you look down, you see the small hand of a child, a dirty, nasty, shit-covered child,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
grabbing your coin purse.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
stop him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no.
And as their hands on it, you slap it down and grab him by the wrist and hold him and throw him away. Be like, get that shit out of here. However, as you look over, you see another small child
Help!
just ripping a coin purse off the waist of one of your companions and run off into the crowd. And before he can notice, you realize it is the new member of your group,
Damn.
There goes my fucking money.
Lord Rogar Cilantro himself has just been robbed for 285 gold pieces by a small child.
Can I chase after the child?
Can I
You
say?
can if you wish.
I
Can I-
can't wait.
Can I say what I
Do
have
I
in my
notice
mind?
this happen?
Roll a perception check.
Can I eat him
Can I say
alive?
what I have in my mind?
What do you have in your mind?
Like my
I got an
opinion of what
18.
just happened.
I got
Yes.
an 18.
I look over there and I see him and I'm like,
Bro.
should have been paying attention.
Damn, son!
I had an 18.
In his mind, he called you out. You had an 18.
Can I chase
You
after-
also
I said
see
it- I said
you
it out
also
loud.
see the small child like picking the pocket of
Wait,
of Rogar.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
One nearby.
Okay, what does he need to do?
I don't know.
I think it's a wisdom save, right?
I
What are you casting?
Hold Person.
What does that mean?
Just
Are you gonna turn really old?
hold.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Not old.
I know that,
Turn
I
him
know that
old.
French doesn't have the ha sound there, but in English we
That's
do.
what you said, old person, like you
I
just
know.
I'll cast old person on you.
I guess Hold Person.
I killed you.
Old
Now
person
you're
on
old.
you.
That
please.
would be a great spell.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
That's
Merci
the way I have to do
beaucoup.
it.
Merci beaucoup. Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
it's
please.
Hold person is a choose a humanoid that you can see within range. The target
You
must
can, yeah.
succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. The duration is up to 1 minute.
Yeah, the small child, as he runs through the crowd, is immediately stopped and is just standing in place, holding a coin purse in his hand.
Do I see this happen?
13 and 15.
Just kill him.
You guys don't. Would you roll it? Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Is this out of the
You got
saving? Oh no, it's saving throw.
He's paralyzed.
Good.
Oh yeah, no, but it's an ability check, so yeah, it's disadvantage. Yeah.
Is he dead?
No, Tamar.
Okay,
You
well.
can call it help if you want.
Yes, you
I
can.
want to.
Do it, do it.
5.
5, yeah, you don't notice shit. Chiron, you cast Hold Person on this little child, and they are being held fast by your spell. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna go up and take the coin away from him again.
Okay, you walk up to him and just wrench the coin purse from his hand.
Do I see him do
Can
this?
you tell us
I
like
guess.
running maybe? To...
Here's my thing. I just want to see someone like go up to this child so then I can grab this child and look this kid in the face and go, "You ever fucking come near one of us again? I'll fucking eat you."
Tomas wants to kill the
I
child.
want to eat his face.
Oh, okay. if he notices that before I notice that, then he's more than.
I think that Tomas noticed himself getting robbed, and then I
You did not.
Oh, he didn't.
I didn't.
I
Oh,
did.
What'd
I
you roll
did.
for your perception
I did,
check?
and I said that.
Am I nearby?
You're like, yeah, you're just kind of like walking with the group.
Can
Yeah.
I roll?
I mean,
You
I
may
can't
roll
deserve it.
some.
I'm
Can we
a
ask the kid
nobleman.
who is he working for?
You're like-
Well, then okay, so
Okay.
he's conscious, the child, right?
Hello. Oblivious.
Not real. I mean, he just like kept walking and he got
He's held. He's just like
They basically lifted up. the
Yeah,
child,
yeah, but he was
right,
like he
left.
was walking and the kid like ran behind him and like went
No,
off.
I'm saying the child that I'm holding is conscious.
Oh yeah, the child
Right,
was
so I
coming.
walk up to him and I take the gold and I say, you probably should maybe not try to steal from somebody who
Take
will
it from Dragon Ball.
He doesn't
And he just
know.
kind of turns around, like a little bit of smoke like pours out his nose and he just like snorts.
Yeah.
He just like turns around, keeps walking.
He doesn't know right now, and I won't tell him.
I will fucking eat it. Oh,
I want to kill him.
Gee, thanks, mister! As he runs up.
are you gonna let him go?
I feel like you
I
betray
ro-
so much.
I
on
rolled a
heart.
24.
I got his gold back from him.
I want to kill that kid.
I want to take a shot at him, seriously.
But you didn't realize.
Well,
Nobody really knew it happened.
fuck.
Yeah, I didn't see shit. so I'm
Skewer.
just-
Chiron's already.
Piece of shit.
We've already done that thing.
He got lucky.
You don't even know.
That child got lucky.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because I'm one of the
If I
nicer
fucking
people
find
in
out.
our group anyway, even though I'm a
I
necromancer.
was like, you dropped it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I walk up to him and I give him his gold back because I'm nice. And also,
Okay, so
he's
we
got all
got.
he's got
God.
all the money.
So he got the he got
And
his
I tell him to maybe watch out a little bit better for himself.
Do you? That's so much help. Thank you.
Okay, or I could have just let him get away with all of your
Or you
fucking
could
gold.
keep the
So how about,
coin.
how about a little bit?
I'll have a little bit of
How
gratitude.
about you just give me my money and not take shit?
You know what? I'm about to take 10 gold from his fucking purchase.
What about him noticing?
If you
I
can
gave
go,
it back and I was like,
This
you
is
need
a
you need more
service
than I need.
fee.
You sound noble. Yeah,
Service fee right here.
Buy yourself a
give
cookie
me
or
like
something.
an attitude. I'm gonna
All right, so that little
I'm gonna
kid,
take
that
15.
little kid lived to.
It's gonna go up. The more
The
attitude
The little kid is
you give
gone.
me.
He lived to
You
tell
need
the
more than I
tale.
do.
But he is grateful.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come back to the end.
You find your coin purse with 275 gold pieces in it.
I'm really angry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, you'll find it with
And I suspect it
285.
was this guy.
Yeah,
What's
285.
his name again?
I was just kidding. You can
Hi, Roland.
I am not good with it. I don't trust him.
I should have just taken all of the money.
Yeah.
He hands
I
you your
did
coin
it.
purse back and you don't
I'm
trust
like
him.
Rogar.
Nope.
In my head, I say,
I'm not helping him ever again.
No.
I'm
All right,
gonna
I
let
look
him
at
go.
Guys.
Mouse and like,
You all proceed further to the north or to the southwest through the district towards the direction that Jarek pointed.
Just fall from me.
As you head over, as you head up to the bridges, spanning the canals between the slums and the central market district where the caravans are held. I would like everybody to roll perception checks, and if you rolled over a 10, let me know. Just you don't need to tell me what you rolled. Just let me know if you rolled over a 10.
I rolled mine.
Okay. For everybody who rolls over a 10, just say I rolled over a 10.
So let's
We
roll a
both
perception check.
Lena and Aurora.
Yes.
Okay, Lena and Aurora rolled over a 10.
Can I roll this one?
Yeah,
We should have given the
it's a perception check.
Randall Chief and.
That's what I was
Bastard
trying
all
to
over.
do.
Okay,
It's okay.
what'd you roll for perception?
You got 3. 3 plus 4 is 7.
Okay, so you don't notice anything. For those of you who do roll, who
These
did
are
roll over a
previous,
10, you take notice
yeah.
that the
Brother. By
the bridges over the slums and central market district appear to be heavily policed. There are individuals standing at different intervals,
Holy shit.
stopping people along the way, and you see every now and then like there's somebody who might be considered less than desirable within the market district coming from the slums, just simply tossed over the bridge into the canals below.
Can I tell, like, what
Ugly
kind of.
sluts?
Holy me.
Ugly sluts?
Is it less than desirable?
No, like
Ugly prostitutes.
like hobo looking people,
Oh, like that.
Oh.
like shuffling into the central market
Can
from the
Bastard
slums.
tell if they're wearing like any kind of colors in particular that I recognize or anything like that?
They're wearing they're wearing a symbol that looks like it's like a skull with like a lightning. No, that's the Grateful Dead. It's like a skull emblazoned with a pirate ship.
Are we trying to
With a
blend in?
pirate what?
It's like a skull with like a ship emblazoned on it.
Irish.
Are we trying to blend in?
I mean, that was your mission, so yeah.
Yeah, so,
Or is it
so,
possible
wait,
for us to,
seriously.
like,
He,
what's the word? Download, trying to like steal someone's uniform?
someone
Oh,
stole
you
10
want to like
gold
try to
at once.
figure out how you could steal it from
Yeah.
them?
Yeah,
I
can
don't
we
mind.
take
Roll.
one down the
Take
alley
10.
and then like steal it,
Because
beat
he-
him up and take his uniform so we can blend it?
Okay.
That's up to you guys to decide.
what? What was
Because me and Lena can do
But
that.
those are also the guards of the city, it appears.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna stroll into the
Do they
city.
look
Like,
big?
are the
Some of them
slums?
look kind of
Are
big.
the slums like? Do we have to go through the marketplace to get to the slums?
No, you were on the edge of the marketplace. You
Right.
proceeded over a set of bridges into the slums.
But that's what we noticed crossing over the bridge.
Yeah, there's people
Okay.
along the bridges, like, and there's mostly stopping people that are leaving the slums.
Oh, okay.
Can
Alright,
me
well,
and Lena trying to like
That
see if
little
we
block.
can me and Lena trying to like pick up like the weakest link of the uniform and then see if we can like
Roll a perception check for both Lena and Chiron.
oh,
Chiron, Aurora.
No, Lena and Aurora.
I am the thief.
Natural one. I have a natural one and a 13.
His morals are loose like sleep.
Who got the natural one?
You're
Well, I mean, yeah,
who rolled the natural one?
Depending on who has the highest perception, that might matter who got the
Oh, that's right.
I did.
You didn't roll
got
anything.
16. Sorry. And then
16 and a natural 1? Who rolled a natural 1?
Lena.
Lena.
What?
Okay. Aurora, you don't really take note of any sort of weak link in the system. It just seems like there are guys who they're just kind of looking like up and down, kind of like lifeguards at the beach. Guys, focus. You don't really see any sort of weak links. However, Lena insists that she sees the weakest link in this scenario, and it's like it's one of the
The weakest link. Because Warren's the one who has the 16. No?
Lena notices
Oh, it's
the weakest link in the chain is the end of the bridge in the slums. That's like the best place to try to take a guy and sneak off with him. That's what Lena has come to.
Since we're both girls,
That's
and
right.
this is like the area where the prostitutes are at, can we use our female figures to lure one out? And like,
You can try.
Man, you just put your
Thanks
hand
to
on her.
Deborah.
Deb again. Ruining the day for her.
Alright, what do you mean ruining?
Listen.
Hashtag feminism.
I'm trying to use what I got here. What me and Lena
Damn.
want. Lure one out, seduce him, and then
Alright, so.
take him out together and still want to.
Alright, so you walk up. Which guard are you walking up to?
The weak is looking.
The weakest looking one. Okay, so you go up to you go up,
First, we're gonna have like a good time for like a couple.
you
months.
go
We
up
learned about-
you go up to like a heavily armored guard, wearing like a full face mask helmet, and like chainmail and like a halberd just sort of standing there.
Do I
Like,
see them doing this?
yeah.
Can we tell Vasalik our plan?
I'm just gonna
You can tell Basilic you're playing, yeah.
We're gonna seduce this dude
I'm just laughing.
down the alley. Better have our back if things go down.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure. Yeah.
Still his uniform.
Alright, so you're walking up to the guard. What are you saying?
We suggest him for a good time for a couple wins. See if he's down for it. Taking him down the alley with some privacy.
Keep it moving.
2 for 1. It's a good deal.
I don't pay for prostitutes.
Gosh damn it.
Keep it moving.
Keep it
Is it just the one guy like near
Get
them?
more
Is he like pretty by himself right now?
He's kind of by himself, yeah.
I go up
Or
behind
they're
him.
kind of by themselves.
He's
Like,
obviously
it's just
gay.
the three of
Go
them,
for the next
right? Are they near an alley?
I'm offended.
Okay, yeah, never.
Man.
I'm gonna go up to the three and go. So I'm a little sorry for my friends there, looking for a bit more than they can chew. So we're just gonna keep it moving.
Wow,
The
you're gonna
slums.
embarrass us like this?
And I kind of help hard on the way.
Keep it moving.
And it's like,
Keep it moving.
Wiggle.
you gonna take the L or you gonna keep it stealing?
No, I'm not obviously not to. You already talked us out and make us look
I
silly.
gave you now.
Basilic, you notice a large set of breasts beneath the chainmail.
Oh, duh. She's a fucking female. That's not.
And as I escort them away,
Lena rolled a natural 1 to identify what the weakest link was.
Damn it, Lena!
As I start
Instead, she
escorting them
found the
away,
strongest link in the chain.
Yeah.
I noticed the rest, so I look at her as like, keep up the good work, my lady. You're looking quite fine and sweet.
She like lifts her helmet and she's got like pock marks and like bashed up teeth. And she's just like,
I own
she's
it.
like,
I fucking
thank
own
you,
it.
sir.
I own
Just
it.
like pops the helmet back
Does
down.
she find him?
Your
Keep
eyes,
it moving,
your eyes
keep it
wide
moving.
open.
Alright, so
High
you
five.
all proceed further or you proceed into the slums. Guys, focus. You proceed into the slums.
I think I got it.
No. We'll like literally 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
What are you guys doing when you get into the slums?
I'm heading straight for the ravaged lady.
Okay, I need you guys to roll investigation checks to see if you can find the ravaged lady.
Which one do you get ravaged?
Uthor also needs to roll an investigation check. Anybody who rolls over a 15 needs to let me know.
After over a what?
15.
I did.
Are you ready?
Randall and Bassett both roll.
I did not.
I
You're all
got
busy.
a
You don't
2
need
19s.
No.
Randall rolled
Oh,
a natural
with
18,
our
Okay.
bonus, right?
and I rolled a
Yeah.
It's a perception
They
check,
got
so
all
you do
definitely.
that plus that. Whatever you roll.
Okay. So for those of you who rolled over a
Perception?
15, investigation.
No investigation.
For those of you who rolled over a 15,
Sure.
it takes you a couple minutes. You get in like tight with like some of the locals, some of the people shuffling around. You offer them a couple copper pieces for information. They basically, yeah, you're like, "Where's the Ravage Lady?" And they're like, "Oh, it's over beneath the wall, on the far side of the slums," says one gravelly voiced individual. And as you approach the door, you see the image of what appears to be a woman in a fancy dress, looking incredibly disheveled, very blushing, with a curt smile on her face, like she's had her
rumpled and
dress messed up a little bit.
She's a prostitute.
Maybe it's usually fun.
We're not here to judge.
And as you
Who's
walk
here
up to the door,
judging? I'm just calling facts with facts.
who's walking through the door?
Me.
And as Basilic steps up to the door and begins pushing the doors open, that is where we will end tonight's session. So, let's give a round of applause for everybody tonight, guys. Episode 2 completed. So, for those of you who are watching, if you enjoyed tonight's episode, please go ahead and click that follow button. It's Twitch.
Bassett's usually here every week.
We'll be streaming every Thursday night. I like to say between 7 and 8, but maybe between 7 and 9 might be a better gauge, as a lot of our people come from work. Thanks for watching. If you followed us from tonight's episode, thank you so much. We appreciate every single follow. We also have every single one of our other episodes on YouTube. Of every single one being one at this point, because we've only had 2 episodes so far. But I will be posting tonight's episode probably either tonight or tomorrow to YouTube. And the YouTube name is going to be Lords of Verathis, but this time it's separated by spaces, because we fancy up in here. So one more time, let's everybody give a round of applause. Especially for the chat, they've been great. So yeah, Spjorf for the win. So guys, from all of us here at the Lords of Verathis, we want to say good night. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.